This podcast is brought to you by the Arte Media Pantheon. Please head to artemedia.org to see all kinds of podcasts from our great friends. And if you'd like to start your own podcast, they can provide you with the tools and resources to do so there. So please head to artemedia.org. That's A-R-E-T-E media.org. And incidentally, welcome to the Spur of the Moment podcast, everyone. Welcome to Season 5! I'm excited.
Five.
I'm joined,
Five.
as always,
Five.
by...
Five.
By my
Five.
by my
Five.
co-host,
Five.
the incomparable Jordan. I'm joined by him, and
You seem distracted there.
Yeah, I hear silence.
Silence is bad.
I don't like silence. Sorry, Chloe.
We have a little furry
I don't
visitor.
know where she is. Oh, okay, I hear her now. Okay. Okay.
I heard clacking.
I heard clacking. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Spur of the Moment podcast. I'm very distracted today. So I just wanted to at the top of the show. I just wanted to congratulate Jake, our friend Jake, and our fearless leader. I wanted to say congratulations on getting married this weekend while we were off camping. Congratulations.
Congratulations
Mr.
from
and
us
Mrs.
to you.
Mr. and Mrs. Jakes, from us to you here at the Spur of the Moment podcast. And then I wanted to start the show with a good old-fashioned comment response time, Jordan. But we're not going to go into all the comments. We're just going to go into the general thing. I got into like a big discussion with a guy in the comments about Batman Returns. He called me a bad nerd because I didn't like Batman Returns. And I'd like to make 2 points clear. Number one,
I'm the baddest of nerds.
I'm the baddest of... No. I hate that movie. Like, my stance on that will not budge. I've seen it twice. I hate it. I hated it both times. I hate it. I hate that movie. I hated it as a kid. I hate it now. I think it is a very bad movie. And separate from that opinion, way back in the day, they canceled a McDonald's toy line because a bunch of parents who thought that movie was weird and scary, because it is, and boycotted it. And that caused Warner Brothers to panic and hire Joel Schumacher, who turned that franchise into a big commercial, nearly killing the franchise and inevitably leading to Batman Beyond. Batman Begins. That happened. Those were real events. That has nothing to do with my opinions on whether or not the movie is bad. They did not make the third Tim Burton movie because people did not like the second one.
It's just a fact. That's just a thing. It's just a historical
if it were not
point
a fact,
in history.
there would not be a Batman and Robin. Flat out. And then I also got another really funny comment on our... I think it might be the first one of its kind. I've seen them on other videos, but I didn't think I'd ever get one. And it was on a short, the Peter Pan short with Hugh Jackman. And we were talking about the movie Pan with Hugh Jackman, and the comment was, "Are you just not going to say the name of the movie?" To which I already responded to this comment, but number one, I show a clip of the movie in the video of Hugh Jackman jumping up on the pirate ship and singing "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and number two, it is the first movie that pops up when you Google Hugh Jackman pirate movie. Quite literally, I tested it just to make sure when I said that it wasn't inaccurate. But if you type in Hugh Jackman pirate movie into Google, Pan is the first thing to pop up. So, Jordan, say it with me now.
I mean, Google's free.
Google is free, ladies and gentlemen.
But
doesn't cost you a dime.
Also, those shorts by design are designed to be a small portion of a much longer video. If you want to know what the actual thing is called, use that as inspiration to go to the said original video and watch the original video, and you will find out from us directly what it is called.
Right.
Because we do name it in the full thing.
Right.
Shorts by design are meant to be short versions of a video that is on YouTube.
I am saying. It's what I am saying.
I'm just saying.
So that would be so much better if I was wearing a Goku shirt. Saying.
Yeah, I'm not. But, you know.
So that having been said, let's jump into the news. I think that was it. I think those were the only two real comments I wanted to do. Oh, I mean, while we were gone, we jumped up like 8 subscribers. Hey, welcome. Just a reminder, if we get to 300, we're gonna eat hot sauce.
Stop.
We're gonna put a hot sauce on a thing. Jordan's gonna
I
put a little
think I
bit.
think I think we already decided they were going to be Dino Nuggies.
Jordan's gonna put a little bit, and I'm just gonna drown it. Just absolutely just drown it in whatever hot sauce we get. But we're gonna. It's gotta be something really spicy.
It's got to be something worth it.
I think it's probably we're probably just gonna pick like a good Carolina Reaper sauce from Save-On because those are never very good.
Ugh.
Like it'll
So
be
you're
good.
so what you're saying is you're looking to kill me.
No, those are always bad. They're never that strong. Like they sound worse than they are. Well,
Yeah,
at least in my experience.
but I am weak when it comes to spice. So
We may come down to a ghost pepper. We'll see. But
it will kill me.
that only happens at 300. But in the meantime, let's jump straight.
Isn't Carolina Reaper stronger than Ghost Pepper?
Yes, it is. That's why we might come down to a ghost pepper.
I see.
We'll see.
So news, eh?
We'll see how she
Da da
goes.
da 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 da
We
da da
we will.
news.
So Jordan, start off with. There's a new Cars thing that they've announced. Now I did not read into this.
Like a movie or like
Well,
a
that's
thing
gonna be
about
the question, Jordan. That's gonna be the
like
question.
like
Hold
when
on,
you say a new
hold on.
Cars thing.
Let me clarify the game first before you start asking clarifying questions. So here's the game, Jordan. I have not read this article. I've only seen the title of it. I have only seen what the thing is called, and what this article is announcing. Now, here will be the game. Do you think it is a show, a ride, a game, or a movie?
Okay, what's the title of it?
Okay, so the title is Cars Lightning Racers. Now, here's the article. Announced, returning cast revealed. Now, Jordan, what do you think it is?
Lightning Racers.
Cars, Lightning Racers.
My first instinct, okay. My first instinct is it's a ride because it sounds like a ride at a theme park.
Right?
My
That was my first go-to as well. I thought
my second instinct is like a game.
Also,
It doesn't sound like a movie title to me.
No, it's not given movie. Really, you didn't go show.
That's where to me that and game are close.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I could see either.
Oddly, it
But
sounded like the name of a Disneyland ride.
or Disney World or like
where they
one
like
of those,
animated something special for them. But anyway, it is a show. It is called.
Okay.
It's spin-off to the beloved franchise. Apparently, there's another show called Cars on the Road, and it's gonna.
Yeah,
bring
to me,
back...
like when I heard that name, it's like I picture like a it's a ride and they have like the pre-video which you can watch while you're standing in the lineup where they have the people and like then you're on the ride and the point is like you're like two different race cars racing each other or something.
This article does not say what this show is about. It just sort of says, building on the franchise, it follows Lightning McQueen as he gears up for all new adventures in Radiator Springs with his best friend Mater. And all the original cast is coming back. Owen Wilson, Larry the Cable Guy, and it looks like it's like a Disney Channel Junior show.
Well, okay then.
Right? Jordan, next thing that I'm kind of interested in this. Sebastian Stan is going to be in a new Frankenstein movie, which is currently in production.
Okay. All right. I see. So is he the monster? Is he the doctor? Is he the doctor that is actually a monster? Is he Frankenstein's brother-in-law?
It said during an interview with some magazine I've never heard of, it was revealed that it was Sebastian Stan who first reached out to him about wanting to collaborate with each other. He pitched the idea of making a movie about the reality of CIA prisons in Romania and combining it with the lore of the Frankenstein story.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's a choice.
He seems to be really passionate about this. He really wants to make this.
Part of your Broadway World podcast says, another Cars show? Come on, let it die already.
The kids love cars. It's highly marketable.
I mean, as long as it's not focused on Mater.
Okay, so Jordan. I didn't watch the trailer for this, so I'm going to stall and quickly watch some of the trailer for this because I meant to watch it. Jordan, they're making a Terminator game.
Oh.
And,
I see. So is it going to be like in all the RoboCop where it's a first-person shooter?
We're gonna find nope, absolutely not. We,
Arena Killer? Is it gonna
no,
be like Dead by Daylight?
no. You give up.
Okay.
It's
So
a
it's not first person
no.
and it's not an arena, so then
Here,
it's gonna be a third person action.
okay, we'll do this. I'll give you the title, and you can tell. Terminator 2D colon No Fate.
Oh, so it's like an action side scroller.
Yep, kind of similar to Contra. It looks just like Contra.
Oh, I don't like that.
I mean, I don't inherently hate games like that. Like I love Metal Slug, but like for like 30
Yeah,
minutes
I
at a
like it.
time.
I like it for like 5, 10 minutes, and then I get bored. No, I want an action RPG. Like I want like you're 3D one, a real game.
A real game, not one of these fake games.
More just not one of these it holds your attention for barely any time. My attention, I should say, for barely any time. Oh, it's just ones like that are boring.
I don't disagree, really. So, Jordan, they're making a Jimmy Stewart biopic.
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart was in such movies as It's a Wonderful Life and Vertigo and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. But the one you know is It's a Wonderful Life. That one. Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, Stewart. I thought you said Smith.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was the name of one of the movies he was in.
Oh, okay. I don't really. I've looked him up. I don't. He doesn't look familiar to me.
But he's going to be played by KJ Appa, who was Archie Andrews on the Archie show, on the Riverdale show. He's going to be Jimmy Stewart.
I could see it if they dye his hair and don't have him be a redhead.
Right?
I'm assuming he's not naturally a redhead.
Right? Jordan, people are already big.
You know the one that I'm always kind of surprised that I'm on the one hand kind of surprised that they've never made, but also not surprised that they've never made is a Robin Williams biopic.
Because his daughter and his family don't want them to.
That's why I say on the one hand I am surprised, on the other I'm not. You could easily make one where it's like people could tell that it's supposed to be Robin Williams, but like never actually call him Robin Williams. You can get around it, is what I'm saying.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Jordan, in news that people, I don't really know who's excited for this. Who's excited for this, Jordan? Harry Potter audio drama play. It's like,
I mean,
really?
I mean, I'm not excited for it. Like,
I am the appropriate amount of indifferent towards it.
Hashtag Audible gives me a free credit every month, and with that free credit, I may one day spend it on that audio drama.
I'm not spending money on
but
it.
like, I'm not gonna go spend real like actual money on. But like,
money.
I've used Audible's service for like 5 years now, and I can tell you with hundreds of things in their catalog.
They're not sponsoring us. They're not sponsoring us.
They're not. I thought you were subtly trying to hint at me that we were doing a sponsorship.
No, we're not doing a sponsorship. Now, fuck them for putting a Harry Potter thing on. We're being controversial now.
Part of your Broadway World podcast says his daughter and son have openly said no to it. Someone wanted to make him into an AI, and his kids also said no.
Nope. Creepy and weird.
Yeah. That's what I say. I both am and am not surprised. I'm not surprised because I know his kids are very much not okay with that.
I do like, on the one hand, I like the Audible audio dramas. They're quite good. But also, fuck Harry Potter and fuck J.K. Rowling.
I mean, that's fair. That's where I say I won't spend any of my real money,
franchise,
but like I pay for Audible, and Audible gives me a free credit, so
I mean, yeah,
I might just to see if it's any good.
Maybe. So, Jordan, they announced this week that there's going to be a spin-off of the Across the Spider-Verse movies, and they're working on a Spider-Punk movie. And I'm like,
I mean, okay.
All right.
Of all the characters in those movies, that's not the one that I would have done, but
my thing is just like, his animation style, I don't. That seems
Yeah,
like that just be a lot for a whole movie,
I can't imagine doing an entire movie of it. That's where
right?
I say like
I'm just like, oh, that seems like, ugh.
there's so many characters in those Spider-Verse movies. It's like why him? Why not like Spider-Gwen or like any of the ones that were in the original one also lend themselves to a
Yeah,
spin-off.
I don't know.
Um
Supposedly, it's gonna
like
be written by the guy who plays Spider Punk. So I'm not
or like
against it. I'm just
even in the
passively
set like in
curious.
the second one, like why not the what's his name? The Petra Parker or whatever, the one that comes from the
Oh yeah, yeah,
Indian.
yeah, yeah.
Like why
Petra
not
Parker.
him? Why don't we get him? He
I
seems like
mean, I'm
fun.
I'm full down for a Miguel O'Hara movie.
Yeah, like I just really the kind of the most irritating of them all.
I guess Daniel Kaluuya really wants to make it.
I
He's
guess,
really
yeah.
passionate about it, and he's gonna write it. So Sony was like, "Hey, we want money.
All the
Uh,
power to him.
we want money. Um, give
It's
us
just a thing
money."
that I'm really shocked that they haven't like on any streaming service been like, hey, let's just let's just pack out a bunch of these shows that are based on the different Spider-Man
I
from the different
know it
like
just writes itself.
it does
must be a hinky thing with Sony. It's always a hinky thing with Sony. It's
probably.
always how these things work. Jordan, it's time. Ooh, I guess be honest. It's time to talk about Spiderman. Speaking of
Spiderman,
Spiderman, more
Dave
Spiderman.
Spiderman.
Dave Spiderman, and it's funny. Yeah, we recorded the news on Thursday, and then Friday they were like, "Hey, brand new amazing Spider-Man suit," and I mean, it's amazing. It looks amazing.
It looks really good
Wow, it looks
from
so
what
good.
from what I've seen anyway. It looks
Like
really good.
I don't want to talk too much about the set
Set
photos
videos.
and set videos because there's been a ton, and you were right. They clearly announced John Barenthal as the Punisher is being in it because they're shooting a bunch of set photos with him, and they didn't want it to get out. The same reason why they revealed the costume because they knew people were gonna get it, but like with the mask on, oh my god, it looks phenomenal.
You
I
know,
think
it's
it.
funny.
I mean, obviously, I need to see it on film and what it looks like with the big budget, but I think it might be the best Spider-Man costume.
I don't think I've seen it with the mask on. I've only seen it without the mask, and that I like a lot.
Oh, the mask
So
looks so good. There's so many videos of him interacting with people, and there's been a couple videos of him doing stunts that I've seen. That they're also doing practical swinging. They brought back practical
I've
singing,
yeah,
which looks
on my
fucking great.
on my TikTok, I would see like him in a machine, which was like that, doing that, and I just skip past it because I don't. I much like with most of my stuff, I try not to let
Yeah,
it be spoiled.
anything story related, I've skipped right past. Like I don't want to know any of the like I've seen. There's been some villains that have been revealed, and who
I
don't
just
want to know any of that. But
anytime I see anything from
but like a
stuff,
stunt, I don't mind
I
seeing.
skip.
But that's pretty cool if that's the case because yeah, so much of the Homecoming trilogy stuff was so weightless. Spider-Man always looked so weightless because he was
Yeah,
CGI.
well, it helps that the director who did this is the
Yeah,
Shang-Chi one.
yeah.
Um, and his stunts in that movie were really good. So
Whoa.
when right from the beginning when I heard that he was going to be on this one, I was like, it will be exciting to see him do
Yeah,
Spider-Man
he's
stunts.
got some really what look to be like massive like metal web shooters on his wrists, which I don't. People are saying that they might not be the web shooters; they're just stunt rigging. So who knows? But
We'll
yeah,
have to wait and see on
there's a
that one.
really great costume video of him. It's totally worth watching, because it's not a set photo, but it's a video of
I
him of him.
I could believe that they're bigger, like that they're bulkier now because he doesn't have Stark Tech, so like
Yeah, I'm hoping that
he
they're
has to
just
make
slightly
them from
bigger.
scratch.
That
Like
would be
I could see them
fucking
doing that.
rad. But no, there's a really good video of him coming out and of him interacting with fans. And this one kid's like, "Is Punisher in the movie, mate?" And Tom with the mask goes, "You just have to watch the movie, mate." And it's like a very British Spider. It's so good, and I don't think it's like spoiling anything other than like what the full costume looks like, and it looks phenomenal. Like the lighting is good, the coloration is good, the way it fits looks good. Like it
I'm
looks
excited.
like Spider-Man. It's the best Tom Holland Spider-Man costume because it looks like Spider-Man. The pattern is right. There's no weird additional flourishes. They haven't added black arbitrarily for some stupid reason. It's blue, it's red, it's got the symbol, the symbol's in the right place. It looks phenomenal. If nothing else, that movie nails the suit. Like that's
I'm
like
excited.
90% of the way there. And apparently, oh, I think I do have that in here as a story.
I
They've
hope
confirmed.
it comes across like Marvel DC, because they've got James Gunn, has learned from Marvel, and Marvel is now learning from DC's James Gunn, in that like it's okay to be bright and colorful and
Right,
like in your face with the colors, and
right.
like
Look like the
it
thing.
just, yeah,
Um,
it feels like they, and I don't want to jinx things, but it feels like the Hollywood might finally be learning the lesson that it's okay to have your comic book movies look like comic books.
right. The other news story related to Spider-Man 4, I did have it in there, which is that they've confirmed that not only is Punisher coming back, but the Hulk is going to be in it. Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner, Hulk is going to be in it, and Michael Mando as the Scorpion. He's going to be the Scorpion, and he said
Oh,
there's a
cool.
suit. He said there's a suit.
So
I'm so excited.
my one hope with Hulk is, and I don't know how you
I heard
do
a theory.
this.
I know what you're going to say, and I heard a theory. I heard a theory.
I want them to do away with Smart Hulk. I want him
I
to be
think this is.
Hulk again.
They've said Smart Hulk. They said that Smart Hulk is ending. They have said that. That is, we've talked about it before, but they have said that, and
Good.
I think it's going to happen in this movie. I've
Kind
heard
of what
several rumors. I've heard one of the rumors is that a big set piece in this is a fight between Hulk and Spider Man.
So what I was gonna say is I'm kind of hoping, and I don't know how, but I'm kind of hoping that like there's a scene where the Punisher throws like some gas that he made into Smart Hulk's face,
Well,
and
that's
it's what.
the theory is that he's get a theory I heard was that he was going to get whammied by Scorpion, and Scorpion
Oh,
poison was gonna.
interesting.
And I'm like, that would work.
That would
That would
work.
work. That would work. That would be perfectly believable for me. That'd be. But to me, I don't know. If you're gonna tear down everything that Smart Hulk built for him to go back to being Savage Hulk, it's gotta mean something. And I understand that there really isn't a place for the Hulk to have that because they just can't make a solo Hulk movie. But clearly they
No.
want the angry Hulk for the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
They want that. But the thing that's been driving me crazy is like when people are bitching like, oh, why can't Spider-Man have his own movie? But like that's just how Spider-Man comics work. More than any other superhero comic, he has heroes dip in and out. 90% of the '90s show was heroes dipping in and out.
Yeah,
Whoever Marvel had the rights
if
to at the
it's
time.
done right. Like the thing is that all of those things, yes, those characters are there, but it has to be from the point of view of Spider-Man.
Yes,
So
yes.
like Hulk can be there, but he can't pull focus. It
No, he
has to
can't
be
have his
like,
own like little arc or
no, like it can't be like there's a scene, like a scene where it just cuts to the Hulk and it's him savagely, unless Spider-Man's there, like trying to be like, are you okay? Are you okay? As he's turning back into Savage
yeah,
Hulk, like you know what? Like
yeah,
Spider-Man has to always be present.
yeah, exactly. And like people want to go to like Iron Man in the first one, and it's like, well, Iron Man is there to serve Spider-Man's story, not the other way around. This is not Iron Man's
Exactly.
story; it's Spider-Man's story, and he's there to serve that. Um, yeah, I don't know. The Hulk seemed like it was too much. I'm all for like I don't think the movie needs a main villain. Like I'm all for he like Superman, where like I mean Superman technically Lex Luthor is the main villain, but I like just having a flyby of villains where it's like, oh, instead of it being one main villain, he fights 4 or 5 for like a scene at a time.
Yeah, well,
And it just kind of breaks down to like mini vignettes,
especially if they're trying to go for the he's the street level thing, then
right?
it makes sense for the first movie of that kind of storyline that you would have it be where, like, assuming that you were to make this into a trilogy, which I don't know if they're going to,
I think this is the
but
last one. I
but
suspect.
I think it's the last one with Tom Holland.
Yeah. I
I
suspect.
think they'll. I think when they inevitably reboot the MCU
But he also
after
was
Secret Wars, I think they'll recast.
he was so burnt by. To be fair, he was really upset by No Way Home. That was not the movie he wanted to make, and they got fucked by COVID, like we all did, and it really hindered how he wanted to make that movie. So this one, part of the reason why, like a lot of that was shot in a cupboard on a soundstage. So like.
Mhm.
He really seems to be set on. He's really happy they're shooting on sets and in actual streets, and so I think maybe that might rejuvenate him to do more. But I just he seemed he was really sure that the last one was the last one, and the whole like the video of him coming out in the costume really is the like, okay, we're doing this one more time kind of vibe. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing this because we no other Spider-Man has got to do four. Like, this is kind of a
a big
record, a
deal.
big deal kind of thing. And yeah, I don't want the third act to devolve to him having to save the world from anything.
No, I mean, I could see not the world, New
The
York,
city,
the
the
city.
city.
Like some threat maybe comes along which will destroy like the island of Manhattan.
Yeah,
Because that's pretty famously that's what like that's a Spider-Man level thing. That's like he deals with that every other week
just
where
like
something is going to destroy the city or part of the city or like several blocks of the city.
just don't
Um
have Tony Stark or Doctor Doom pop in the third act. Just
like
like if
to
he's
me
gonna be in
the
it, he
most
could be in the post credits. That's fine.
to me the most logical threat, and that's where yeah you have the Hulk. That makes sense. The Hulk is a he rampages and he's going to destroy the city.
Yeah.
He is a logical big final thing that they have to fight or stop or
Well,
like
what they've said is it's gonna be, well, from what I've heard, it's gonna be a. I mean, and to be fair, I don't think this is super hackney, but I can see the argument of like the Hulk, Punisher, and Spider-Man don't agree, and then they got to team up to fight another big bad thing.
I could see that. I could see it being a thing
That's the rumor.
where I could see it being a thing where Smart Hulk comes in and him and Spider-Man do agree mostly. And it's them against Punisher and then Punisher does something which causes Hulk to lose control and then Punisher and Spider-Man
If
have to team up to stop Hulk.
if they were smart,
That's
they'd separate
I
Hulk from Banner, so then Hulk gets to be his own character, and then Banner, Mark Ruffalo gets to be his own character.
that'd be interesting. That'd be
Jordan,
interesting.
Toy Story 5, Jordan.
Oh,
Toy
the
Story 5
unnecessary one. Right, yeah, yeah.
brings back beloved character for Pixar movie, Jordan. So while not much is known about Toy Story 5, an actor recently confirmed that his fan favorite character from a past century will be appearing in the new movie. Jordan, which fan favorite character do you think it might be?
Hmm.
Ha!
Not knowing not knowing the actor, fan favorite.
They're playing real. Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint because he's gonna make us hard.
Wheezy.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna let you take another shot because I'm gonna preface this by saying that they're really stretching what I would consider to be a fan favorite character.
Al from Al's Toy Barn?
Stretch it even farther.
Stinky Pete.
No, those are still beloved movies, Jordan.
Uh Emperor Zurg?
No, recent Toy Story movie.
Oh, Forky.
Yep. Forky's back, Jordan. Fan favorite character, Forky.
Okay. I
Playing
mean,
real
I
fast and loose.
kind of just assumed he would be because he was still very much a thing at the end of the last one.
Real fast and loose with
Plus,
what I would consider to be a fan favorite
plus, I,
character.
I I believe at the end of the credits of the last one, you find out that she made a new toy out of a spoon too, didn't she, or something?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the fourth one. But Forky will be back, Jordan. Forky
Okay.
will be back. Jordan, did you know?
I have to be
Uh,
real honest.
we're gonna skip that one.
I'm really just not excited for that one. I'm at best whelmed.
Passively interested is how I would say.
I wouldn't. That's too strong.
Only because it's Toy Story and I love Toy Story. No, we'll save that. We'll save that one. Jordan, why do you think?
Part of your Broadway World podcast says, which I'm glad he's coming back. I loved Forky, lol.
Really,
Someone had to.
really. All right, hey man, different strokes. I just really.
Justin, she's from the younger generation. She's just
It's her age.
they like different things, you know. Some of us like real toys like Buzz and Woody, and some of us like plastic sporks. You know, it's just different strokes, different folks.
Different strokes, different folks. So Jordan, so remember how we keep talking about how that Social Network Part 2 isn't really a sequel, but they keep calling it for some reason?
Interesting. Sorry. She says September 12th they're re-releasing Toy Story.
Huh. Interesting. Do you remember how we keep talking about the Social Network and how it's not really a sequel because it doesn't have any of the people involved except for maybe the writer and they just kind of
Yeah, yeah,
So Jordan, remember how we talked about how Jesse Eisenberg isn't in it?
yes.
Well, it's been revealed why he's not in it, Jordan.
Is it because they don't like the actor?
No, according to a new report from
He did.
Jeff Snyder of
He
the
didn't.
In
He didn't.
Snyder.
He didn't want to return.
No, honestly, it says Eisenberg did not pass on the film for any monetary or artistic reason, although I don't necessarily disagree with that latter part, because it was because David Fincher is not being involved in the project. David Fincher directed the original Social Network and will not be involved in the sequel, which makes me say, once again, not really a sequel then, is it? If none of the creative
No.
team is coming back, the star from the original one, the director, it's not really a sequel, it's
It
just a
it
new
doesn't
movie.
it doesn't continue the story of the previous one. It's not a sequel. It's not a sequel. Stop calling it a sequel.
Right? It's not really a sequel. And also, if you're...
Or Zeus himself will strike you down with lightning bolts.
Oh. Interesting. So,
Praise Zeus.
praise Zeus. This is a director you don't know, but he's wrote a couple of really recent horror movies, Barbarian and Weapons, which are apparently quite good. But he is apparently making a DC movie, which was originally going to be about Joker and Harley Quinn, which is interesting to me because they don't have a Joker or Harley Quinn yet. But that's fun. I like that. So apparently it's gonna focus on lesser known characters. It's like this movie is written for me. It's gonna focus on lesser known characters that exist in the world of Gotham City. They've revealed it's gonna be called Henchman, and it's gonna be the story of a low-level henchman in Gotham City. Oh my God, this is an episode of the animated series. But it's a low-level henchman in Gotham City who incapacitates Batman through a stroke of luck. After this, he begins to gain notoriety in Gotham's crime underworld. Yeah, there was an episode of the animated series that did that. Mark Hamill loves to do the monologue for it as Joker, but it's this low-level thug or whatever thinks he killed Batman, so everyone thinks Batman is dead, and he gets a bunch of popularity from it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But that sounds great. That sounds really funny. Because then, yeah, that would be you could do like almost like a comedy thing, and you could include various just Batman villains and just one-off cameos. Like that sounds really funny. I like that. That sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Like
and then
that's a real fun. But I'm almost entirely positive.
You could
it's an
have
episode.
you could have Bane, and they could try and give him a folding chair, and he could be like, "Why do I get the folding chair? You guys all get the big rolling chairs. Give me the big rolling chair."
It's like Bane, we did it intentionally because we thought it would be hilarious, and it was.
But I barely fit on the chair.
But I barely fit on the chair. You know my name's not Bang. It's Bane.
I'm Bane.
I'm Bane. That's it, John. That's the news. There's one more story, and it's related to King of the Hill. And that's
that was the news.
That was the news. That was the news. This episode, Jordan, is brought to you by Visor.ai. Because Jordan, when you're making a reasonably, moderately, not very successful podcast, and you need to crank out a ton of shorts for your YouTube channel and TikToks for your TikTok page, Visor.ai is right there. You could edit the entire footage yourself, or you can use their AI thing, and they pick up what they feel is the best and most interesting clips for you that you could post. You could batch export onto your thing, and you could edit them, or you could post them. There's all sorts of different formats and options. I haven't even begun to fully explore them all because there's so many of them. I use the very basic bitch shit because it makes it so much easier for me, and that is all with Visor.ai. And if you click the link in the description below, you could sign up, and that helps the show and tells them we sent you. And we would be grateful for that. Thank you.
You want to help the you want to help the show, don't you?
You want to help the show, don't you? So you could do that by signing up for Visor.ai to help edit all your clips. It's real easy.
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
You should do it.
Do it. Do it.
Anyway.
Do it.
Today, as is always the case, Jordan, as is always the case with the season premieres of our show, because it's the season 5 premiere, We've been doing this for 5 whole seasons. Holy mackerel! We do a 2-part Japan-based special where we started off by talking about some anime, or what we feel is anime, or what the creator of the show said was anime. He said it was anime.
It's not
He
anime.
said it was anime.
It's not anime.
We talked about some anime. And then for the second part, next week, we talk about the live action stuff, the tokusatsu. We talk about the suit action, real fun that. But we start off by talking about anime. And I figured, Jordan, since you're making the claim it's not anime, we'll start with King of the Hill. Because we both watched it this week. We both finished
That is
it.
true. We did both manage to watch that.
And then we'll go you, and then we'll swap the order for the season opener, because it's a season opener, and the season opener gets wild, bitches. We're out here getting
Dun
wild.
dun 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 dun
Okay,
dun dun
so here's my
dun
justification.
dun.
All right, here's my justification. Number one, King of the Hill is anime, because if I can find it, and I can find a YouTube version of it, here's the clip of Mike Judge, the guy who created King of the Hill, saying that it's anime. And if not, it's a funny clip from the original King of the Hill show. But also, if it was, also I found the clip, it's that, and now it's the funny clip from King of the Hill, because I thought that would be fun. Either way, and also just for funsies, here's the clip from King of the Hill, the anime, where Bill, he does a big monologue. It's a pretty sweet moment from the King of the Hill, original King of the Hill anime. I'm gonna put that there.
It's not an anime.
It's an anime. King of the Hill, the revival, season 14, as it is called on Disney Plus. I loved this so much.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
I'm going to attempt to describe. It's brilliant, because I said this about the original show, and I'm going to say this now. It is a conservative show. Hank Hill is a conservative man, and as much as the original show was Hank Hill is a conservative man, and he's living in the world, and the world's a little strange. It's now Hank Hill is a conservative man in a world where being conservative kind of sucks. Honestly, being a conservative is not super awesome, and this is a show, thematically anyway, this revival, in my opinion, is about how being conservative is not in and of itself, filthy centrist opinion, not a bad thing. Conservatives aren't evil.
It's not an inherently bad thing. It's a thing that maybe has flaws, and there's definitely moments where Hank is confronted with those flaws, but there's room for them to go like, okay, but I'm not wrong about X thing.
Right, but there's also room for them to grow and change and evolve. Like one of the and overall thoughts, spoiler free. It's an animated sitcom. There's not a ton to spoil, but there's some really good, really funny moments that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna give away. Go watch it. It's on Hulu if you have Hulu, Disney Plus if you're anywhere else. It's really good, really worth watching. Okay, then come back to the video, because this is gonna be a separate video, and you can join the discussion. But I love. There's an episode where Hank becomes a soccer referee, and it's revealed that he's become really he loves soccer now. He's fallen in love with soccer in Saudi Arabia. And just like, because you have that history with the original show, and you know how much Hank hates soccer, it's a really effective rug pull when you find out that he loves soccer. He's super into soccer.
Yeah, especially because
like what the fuck?
Well, especially because in Texas, liking soccer like makes you a pariah, basically. So like he's trying to hide it from all his friends and all the people that he knows. He's like, they can never know that I love soccer. It's our dirty little secret. Right. And him and Peggy, like, I mean, really, they really enjoy the secrecy of it.
They get frisky. But Peggy has a really great line in that show where she's like, you have evolved and you are capable of evolving. And that's such a theme of this season, of how Hank has grown as a character who seemingly was incapable of character growth, is growing as a character. And it's a real great demonstration of you're not the same person you were 10 years ago. And that, I like, the show has done such a service by allowing these characters to grow up and get older and evolve and move on. And yes, it's flawed. there's flawed elements to it. We're going to talk about that, but
Yeah.
overall, it's really like there's scenes where Bobby talks about when he was a kid, where he's like one of my favorite episodes is when him and Hank like they bond so much in this show. It's so good. But there's an episode where him and Bobby go to like this fantasy football camp, and Bobby's like, yeah, it takes me back to when I was 13 years old, and my dad was like, you better get better at school because he's terrible at football. And you're like, yeah, I was there. That scene didn't happen specifically, but a version of it did, and that's really effective. Or like,
I mean, I like the part in that episode where Hank's in the ice bath and Bobby is feeling all down because his dad wasn't having more fun with the girlfriend than him or whatever, and the dad is ultimately like, I can't do this anymore, and he's like, but you work hard at what you do, and he's like, and he's essentially in the Hank way of
I'm
saying it, he's
proud
like,
of you.
I'm proud of
Yeah,
you,
it's
right?
so good. Like, there's so
And
many.
Bobby, you can see the genuine delight on Bobby's face
Right?
because it's like
That episode is
that's all he
so
ever
good.
wanted. Like that's all
So
he ever
good.
wanted from his dad was
Right?
to have that moment.
And all of the character growth is so believable. And even when it's like, okay, yeah, like, is it missing Luann? Yeah. Should they have recast her? Definitely. But like, same with Lucky. That's they should have killed
I
Lucky
mean,
off. Lucky, they should have
I
killed. He's the worst character in the original show,
I
bar none.
I don't know. I don't know that they needed Luann, but they definitely should have at least
She's
acknowledged her,
she's
been like,
missing.
oh yeah, like she moved to Minnesota and she's happy and like on her own or whatever, or
Yeah.
like
Supposedly
referenced her or
the
acknowledged her.
daughter is showing up in the next season. Supposedly.
But that being said, for me, anyways, for as much as I love the character development of most of the characters, there's certain characters, and to be fair, I'm sure maybe they'll touch more on them in like more further episodes. I don't think there's enough development with Peggy. She's still the same irritating character that she was.
I don't agree.
Um,
I don't agree. There is
I
it's
think
subtle. It's simple.
I think we need more episode with Nancy and Min, and Khan. Those are
Yeah,
like the one
they're definitely missing that.
they we
But
need more of them.
Khan's episode is really good though.
Oh,
Like
it's
it's
really good.
really good.
I
Like
want more.
the
Like I
like
want more. I want a further escalation of that episode where okay, now he's divorced and he does start to accept Hank more
yes,
and like
that feels like that's set up for something later on for sure.
yeah, like
And
I want that.
elephant in the room. Yeah, the voice isn't great, but like I've seen a lot of people headcanon it as he's just been in America longer and he's lost his accent. That's kind of where my
Yeah,
headcanon is at
his
for
his
that.
bothers me. His bothers me less than, and I understand why it is the way it is. But with Dale, with
Dale,
the
it's
two
bad.
actors thing,
It's bad.
um,
It's
at least with Khan, it's like yes, he's different, but he's consistently different.
This is an observation. It's not a criticism or condemnation because it's
It's
not
just a thing I
fair.
noticed.
But the Dale's voice is bad. Like just straight up. There's
Yeah,
episodes where it changes. Not even like episode to episode, but like scene to scene, moment to moment. One moment it's clearly the original guy. One moment it's the new guy, and it sounds bad.
and
Like it
that's where I
just
say
sounds bad.
I understand why
But
what happened, but I would
But
have done
it would have
things
been
differently.
disrespectful to cut out the original guy, so I get it. I understand it. I
Yeah,
know why it's like that. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying it as a fact. But no, that the moment at the end of that con episode where you find out he's divorced, where Hank rolls the beer under the garage.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that was so good. That is a form of character growth. Old Hank would have never done that,
No,
ever. Never reached
no.
out that olive branch. Like that is good character growth. Bobby is phenomenal in this show. His character
Yep.
is so good. Like there's so many. I just love the fact. Like the show does a really good job of making you think that Bobby's gonna suck. Like you're like when he first shows up and he's like, "Oh, I'm the best chef all around," and you think, "Oh my god, he's gonna have an ego." And
And
that's
he's
gonna
gonna be
be
an
and that's gonna
arrogant.
be his thing, and you're like, oh, I just don't want to do that. And he's gonna be like the mom. He's gonna be like Peggy, and they completely rug pull you, and he's just a genuinely nice guy.
He's just very passionate
He's
about his
passionate
food.
about what he does. Like he's super responsible. I love the resolution of Peggy and him and Peggy and the uh
MRI.
the MRI machine. Thank you. Where he realizes that he just needs to be there to support her, and it was psychosomatic. Like that is such a beautiful moment of, again, where like, yeah, that it really does do a good job of, we all, if you're an adult and you have adult parents, you've run a ground of this a few times, of your relationship changing with your parents.
Yeah, yeah. And it's
This
like
show
now
does a beautiful job of doing that.
he realizes in that episode that he has to kind of be the one to hold their hand more and
Right.
like guide them.
They never infantilize Bobby. Not even just the
No.
show, but Hank and Peggy never
Well,
infantilize Bobby.
Peggy does.
In the way that, but never like, she respects his boundaries and his space and never like oversteps, or never like never treats him like he's 10, other than in that way that moms do, but like not seriously. Like she's like, he's a restaurateur, he has his responsibilities. There's so much of this show I love the bit where Hank finds out that he's been using charcoal, and and Bobby's
yeah,
like,
it's
you don't understand. My dad's three loves are propane, my mom, and me, and sometimes propane came first. It takes me back to when I was 11 years old, and you're like, yeah, again, we were there. We saw.
So
I love that. That was so good.
Thinking about it, because I was trying to think of why Peggy still being obnoxious bothers me so much, and I can't think of a night. She lived it. How do you say this? She lived in Saudi Arabia
Well, I
for
know, but
10
that's
years.
a joke. That's a joke in the show where it shows her to be fair, I did think the running gag, it did get kind of tiresome, but initially the bit that she thinks she's taught herself Arabic is really funny. Like when it shows the flashback of her getting screamed at by the guy because he clearly has no idea what she's saying, is really funny. But that's supposed to demonstrate that Hank is very much a conservative man. He watches Fox News.
But
he wants her to wear the modest thing. No, the joke is she's just that oblivious.
No, but my point is that you would think that like 10 years of that she would gain some self-awareness, and the fact that she doesn't is why I hate her character.
It's just a joke you're either gonna find funny.
Do.
I found it funny. To me, there's enough moments in there of her taking a loss, or like
I find her character be the fact that she never gains any self-awareness to be frustrating and annoying.
To be fair, her version of self-awareness has always been different. So like, she does have moments. Like I say, the MRI episode is very much supposed to be her like realizing she's not invincible, and she does have her moments of realizing, but she needs
but it's not about realizing she's not invincible. It's about realizing that she's not perfect. She acts like she's perfect. She always acts like she's perfect. And she needs an episode, and to me, going forward in this series, she needs an episode where she gets it.
That would be out of character for her, though. That's the thing. It wouldn't make any sense for that character. That character
disagree.
Has no self-awareness.
I think if the idea is supposed to be that it's 2025 in their world, she would absolutely. No. There would be a case. Yes, there would be a case where a social media person records her being a quote unquote Karen.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean,
there needs to be an episode like that where she comes to a realization. Like no, she's not enough. She never learns the lesson.
Well, no, because part of her deal is her. There's an episode of the original King of the Hill where they explain why she's. She says it in an episode, but it's a self-defense mechanism. It allows her to be like to succeed in the world. Basically, is being extra. Like I get the joke, and it's one of those like, you're not the only one who the joke doesn't work for you.
I hate it.
You're not the only one who dislikes her, but like, yeah, it allows for when she has that. It's supposed to allow for the moments where she puts herself in situations where she's overestimated herself. So like, yeah, like in this season, the her burying the bed bugs, or the it would be great. Those are her versions of what you're asking for.
I think it would work better for me if there was like the occasional scene where like she's like, okay, Peggy, like you like you're not good at this, but you can do like some moments of humility. But she has no humility.
No, that's not true at all. In the final episode, when you just watched, the entire point of that episode is that she pushed too far too fast, and she realized it, and it was the influence of Hank, and that's what makes their relationship strong. Is she listened to him and was ultimately like, yeah, he's right, we need to get out of this, it's too dangerous. And that was her showing humility. That is humility, her being like, oh yeah, you were right. And then him being like, oh yeah, we need that like self-assurance. So like she balances out. I do agree that like it's a bit much. Like, you're not the first person to say that. Like, for example, her being like in the opener, being like, telling everybody about Hank's narrow urethra unprompted on the airplane. But
Yeah.
to be fair, some older people, their bad personality traits, especially when they've never been confronted for them their entire lives, are ratcheted up. So there's plenty of people like Peggy. Yeah, I think it's because like there are people who are like Peggy, who are that who do lack that self-awareness out in the world. And like, hey man, I'm not asking you to like her. I don't really.
Like I said,
She's kind of annoying.
I think she's one of the worst parts of the
um,
show.
I mean, I can't agree with that because she's in one of my favorite episodes, and that's the
but also to flip to the other side of the spectrum, I also find Connie to be unpleasant.
I don't I no issue with Connie. To be fair, she's not really in the show enough for me to form a strong enough opinion. She's not in it.
The
For, like,
scenes, yeah,
episodes.
the stuff that she's in, I'm not a fan.
But yeah, no, that Peggy was in. So, but to be fair,
I
all of my favorite
I
scenes involve
don't
Bobby. They involve Bobby. Bobby's my favorite
I don't
character.
like that her and Bobby are dating again.
I don't like that either. It's lazy. It's lazy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, of course they're gonna wind up. My hope is that they try and that it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
That's my hope. I don't like rooting against couples, fictional or otherwise, but I just don't like them together. I'm like, they dated as kids and they were bad as a couple in the original show.
Yeah, well,
They
in the
broke
one
up like
episode,
multiple times.
in the one episode there where Bobby goes down to the cafeteria and gets all the stuff that she liked as a kid, I wanted them to break up at the end of that episode.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be like, "Oh yeah, I like the idea of you that I knew when we were kids, and you're a different person now and I'm a different person now, and maybe we need to
Yeah,
like
I'm not
just be
feeling it.
friends."
I'm
Like
not feeling it. It feels just, oh, they have to get together because they're an iconic couple from the original show, and it just felt forced.
yeah,
I'm just like,
very much
what?
so.
You're 21 and you still love the girl you were. I don't know. Maybe it's because I never experienced that. Maybe that's why. But like, yeah,
Doesn't work for
it
me.
just doesn't work for me. That having been said, we haven't talked about the best episode in the season, and that's the one with GH. That is probably the best episode.
That's it. It's a really good
Oh
one. I
my
don't know if
god,
I
it's
don't
so
know if
good.
I don't know if I think
So
it's the
good.
one like the best one. I really like the one where Hank and Bobby are brewing, and he's like, I could have had a really good
Oh,
opportunity
that's
to
also
bond
that
with
one's
my
also good.
son.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is
I enjoy
also
that.
just beautiful character growth. Just
Yeah,
That's
I think
showing emotional vulnerability he never would have shown before.
I think I enjoy that one more
So good.
personally. But
That was pretty. But I just the editing and the music choices on that GH episode are so good. And like, yeah, the just blatantly saying you can be conservative, but that's not conservative. That's fucking weird. You're
that's
just a bunch
dumb.
of weird women hating weirdos. That's dumb. They're dumb, and you're dumb for like that is great. That is like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay to be conservative. It's okay to be
the fact
conservative.
the fact that in that episode, yeah, the bro dude leader who is obviously parodying a specific
He's
person that
Andrew
we
Tate.
won't we
No, fuck that. He's Andrew Tate.
I
Fuck
was
that.
gonna say for legal reasons we won't name,
No,
but
no, don't care. It's Andrew Tate.
um
Straight up Andrew Tate.
the fact that
Fuck that
in
guy.
that Hank is like is like, I'm the only one here who still has a successful marriage, so clearly I'm the one who knows what the hell he's
Right?
talking about.
Right? Like, oh, there's like the one scene where GH just screaming at him, like laying into him, and he turns into cotton.
He
It's
sees his dad in him. Yeah.
so good, so good. And then at the end, yeah, where he's leaving, and yeah, the like, yeah, the how do you navigate? Hey, I'm a 60-year-old whatever man, like guy in my late 50s, early 60s, and I have a little brother who's a teenager. Um, how do you deal with that? It's like, yeah, he needs a father figure. He needs a strong male role model in his life. And yeah, the final scene of him leaving, and it cutting to Cotton being like, yeah, I don't want him to become like you, and it cuts back to Hank being like, too bad, old man. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, it
yeah,
got me
that's a
right in my
good,
soul. I was
that's a
like,
good
oh,
one.
it's so good. And yeah, again, to wrap up, the writing is so good. Like I've seen so many people be like, it's better than it has any right to be. But like I think it's just as sharp as it ever was. And again,
Yeah,
the summation of this is it just shows, yes, he is a conservative, and that's
yeah.
okay. Just because you're a
So
conservative doesn't mean you can't learn to be kind or be decent or be good or move your way in through the world in a way that is respectful to people who are different than you.
my final thoughts for this show would be Hank still to this day, he always did, but to this day still reminds me of all the best qualities of a former, all the best conservative qualities of a former father figure that we
Yeah,
had.
yeah, definitely. As I gotten older, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I could civilly disagree with Hank.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like as long as you went about it the right way, he wouldn't want to kick your ass.
I'd be like, I don't agree with a lot of your worldview, but like, we could chill in the alley. We could drink some alley beer.
I could have some boring alley beer with
We could
you.
drink some boring ass alley. I mean, probably not because I don't like beer. But
Yeah,
that episode has some
he,
genuinely funny lines. Oh,
he would
that was the other bit. My favorite joke in the whole season is when Peggy is in the hospital and she's gone through the MRI. And the doctor's like, there's still some residual trauma from when a 12-year-old
from what looks like a 12-year-old
kicking her
kicked
right in the
you.
groin. And he's like, you could tell
That
that?
you could tell it was a 12-year-old?
I burst.
One
I
of my
laughed so hard.
one of my favorite
Oh my
one of my
god, that was
one of
delightful.
one of my favorite meta jokes that they made is when Bobby is like, yeah, they've resurrected this show that
King
was
of the
really
Grill.
big 15 years ago, King of the Grill, that some idiots at Fox canceled.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's funny. That's a funny meta joke.
But yeah, just a lot of like the fact that Bobby is now, yeah, no, he's the one with the job, and he has the shitty boss now, and just yeah, again, brilliant, good, real brilliant. Once again, this is probably the title of the video. King of the Hill is a conservative show. It's still a conservative show, and that's fine. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
mean,
dun, dun, dun,
I would
dun.
call it the King of the Hill revival proves that it can be that it's okay to be conservative sometimes.
I like mine better. Moving on.
I like mine better.
That's it.
So,
That's King of the Hill.
rapid fire.
It's anime.
That was not
It
anime.
was anime.
That was
That was full
animation,
bore
but
anime.
it was not Japanese
Here's a clip
animation.
of Hank Hill talking in Japanese just to prove my point. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the video.
So, moving on to the real anime. Um a lot of mine that I picked, or at least a few of mine, some of the ones that I picked this week are because this was kind of the theme I was trying to go for, are blank the movie version of anime. Um, so like this first one is My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission. So it's My Hero Academia, the movie.
The movie.
I think this is technically the third movie. Um,
The movie.
I kind of just picked one because there was several on Netflix, and so what's funny about watching some of these sometimes, especially when because I had last week I had watched the first two seasons that are on Netflix of My Hero Academia, so it's like I've seen up to a certain point, but this is like this is very clearly much further in the timeline from where I am, or at least a bit further in the timeline from where I am, because like they are very where I am in the show, they're still kind of learning how to control their powers and especially Deku. And in this movie, they're like very competent with their powers. So it's like I'm seeing a sneak preview into the future. Um,
I can see the
but
future.
basically this one, there's a terrorist group who have this stuff which is gonna kill all the superheroes and leave behind people that don't have quirks. And Deku and all the heroes have to stop them and then, stuff happens over the course of the movie, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean,
There's a
I
big bad guy who's really underdeveloped because he's just there to get punched.
I enjoy
I assume.
I enjoy these movies. Apparently this one was theatrical. It had a box office.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. A lot of these do. Usually go theaters.
um but
They're usually like paired with another thing.
um yeah, this was earlier in the week, so it doesn't stand out as much to me. Oh yeah, that was the thing in this movie, is some of the heroes were in different places. So Midoriya goes to, I think it's supposed to be like America or their version of America.
America.
But
Heck
but
yeah.
at the end of the movie, there's the one character who was introduced in this movie, and him and Izuku have a tearful goodbye as the Class 1A goes back to their school and stuff. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. But like most of these, you should probably have at least a passing familiarity with the
Sippity bippity.
characters.
It's an alright movie.
But I like My Hero Academia, and it's one that I would actually like to finish. But the problem with the animes is a lot of it is on Crunchyroll, and
Yeah.
I hate Crunchyroll.
Not a fan of Crunchyroll.
I mean, it's getting better, I will say,
It's getting
but
better all the
still
time.
don't love it. But that's My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission.
Oh
It's a real it's
right.
a real rapid
It's a
fire.
real rip roaring rip rip roaring rip good time.
Go on.
I don't. Joe, my next one, my first actual real anime, because King of the Hill is in fact an anime, but it's also not an anime.
It's not an anime.
It's joined it. Super Fighting Robot.
Mega Man,
Super Fighting Robot.
Mega Man.
Jordan, I watched the Mega Man anime. I watched like 6 episodes of the Mega Man anime, and Jordan, it's pretty fun. I kind of miss them. I really wish they'd bring back the Saturday morning anime, like cartoon based on a video game. Because this was really cool. This was really fun. Like it does a good job of like representing the game in the sense that whenever he touches a bad guy, he absorbs their power, just like in the game, and he gets help from like a power core or power can, whatever. And yeah, the back has I watched the pilot, which is the backstory, which is Wily and Doctor Light work together, and then the prototype for what would eventually become Proto Man goes crazy and tries to destroy a bunch of stuff. And Doctor Light's like, clearly you're at fault, Doctor Wily. And Doc was like, no, I'm not at fault. You're at fault. I'm going to take the plans. He takes the plans, and then he builds Proto Man, and he's evil. And then in each of the episodes, there's a conflict of some sort that gets resolved at the end. Mega Man's actual name is Rock. He's got a sister robot called Roll. They've got the dog who's basically just Astro or Scooby Doo. He talks like them, and it's pretty fun. The animation is honestly way better than it has any right to be. It looks really expensive for what it is. I think I saw it lasted for 2 seasons. I watched what wasn't the series finale, but felt like it should be the series finale as well, which was Mega Man X. Mega Man X and his Mavericks come from the future to try and get a thing, and so Mega Man and Mega Man X do a big team up, and it made me go, man, I know nothing about Mega Man X. It is decidedly different from Mega Man. He's like gigantic compared to Mega Man, and Mega Man is really tiny, and yeah, he's like an adult seemingly, and Mega Man's a kid. And he doesn't fight
Yeah,
Dr.
I just
Wily. He fights
uh,
Mavericks.
I
Sigma.
just remember about Mega Man X is that yeah, he was taller than
Yeah,
the
like
original
he's
one.
like way taller. Like way
Um,
taller. Really tall.
but
Really,
yeah,
really
that's
quite tall. But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty standard Saturday morning cartoon affair. I remember loving that show as a kid. It's really quite good. I don't have much else to say about it.
uh,
Mega Man.
uh,
Super Fighting
uh,
Robot. Mega
uh,
Man.
uh, uh.
Fighting to save the world, Jordan.
Super Fighting Robot!
Yes.
Mega Man! So do you have anything
Save the
else to
world, the
say?
world, the world, the world. No.
Yep. Oh, okay. All right, I understand. So,
No.
a lot of these anime movies that are based on anime shows, um, or at least certainly at least some of them, take place after or during the final part of said shows.
Yup.
Um, so this one, Seven Deadly Sins, Cursed by Light. Uh, it actually, apparently, I'm reading this. So, okay, think about Seven Deadly Sins. A lot of it's on Netflix, based on a manga, apparently. And I've seen a big chunk of it, but like they split it up so it's in different, like you select different thing, and there's like I sort of fell off it at some point, so I haven't seen all of it. But this one takes place exactly halfway through the last episode of the fourth season. Um,
Okay.
and it covers the manga's last chapter. And I think the fourth season was the last season, I'm guessing, based on what happens in this. Um, because this one seems like it's, yeah, supposed to be like at the end, basically, because it's 6 months after they've defeated the Demon King, which like the entire show was supposed to set up that the Demon King and which is Meliodas is one of the main guy's dad, and the Angel Clan, who is Elizabeth or the princess's mom's side, which you find out in the later seasons. There's supposed to be this holy war, and like they always fight, and like in the last season, Meliodas and them stop the holy war from happening. And so this takes place after, where the mom basically is pissed that he ruined the holy wars, this one, it's definitely one of those movies where if you haven't seen the show, this will be very confusing.
I understand.
As it is, I've seen a large chunk of the original show, and it was still, I was like, okay, I think I remember what's going on.
Wait, what's
I,
happening?
th- I like I and I had to go and like re-clarify a few things, which, yeah, if you have to clarify a few things about your movie, then, um, you know, probably
It's a bad movie.
a bad singular movie. Um, but I mean, yeah, I liked the characters, and it was fun for me.
It was fun.
So,
I had a pretty
you
good
know,
time. 9 out of 10 people said.
I will say, and maybe this is the angle I should take, makes me want to go back and rewatch the show
I mean, that means it was a success.
because I remembered why I like these characters, and yeah, I mean, the scenes of fighting and stuff. It's definitely like it makes me think of like a standard shonen anime where it follows certain tropes,
Right?
you know. Um, but yeah, that's Seven Deadly Sins, Cursed by Light. It's gonna be, I guess my tagline for it would be, it'll be confusing if you haven't seen any of the show.
All right. So, is that it,
It's
Jordan?
gonna be this is gonna be a real short episode, Justin.
Or is that it?
That is it.
Okay. Jordan, have you heard of a movie by Studio Ghibli by the name of...
Go on.
I'm stalling.
Go on.
Jordan. I'm stalling.
Go
Called The Cat
on.
Returns, Jordan.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
It is a spin. I learned this. I didn't know this. It is a spin-off
Of the Cat in the Hat?
yes, Jordan. No. It's a spin-off of a anime called Whisper of the Heart, which has very little to do with this. But it's about a young girl who saves a cat, and that cat, Jordan, turns out to be the Prince of Cats from the Cat Kingdom, and the Cat Kingdom is now in her debt forever, and so they keep trying to bring her gifts, and she's like, I don't want your gifts because your gifts involve dead animals and cattails, and I don't like that. And so then they decide that the only logical thing is that she has to marry the Cat Prince. And
Okay.
they try to kidnap her and take her to the Cat Kingdom, and she goes to the Cat Bureau, run by Baron the Cat, Baron Humpert von Ginken, and he's a little cat figurine that has been brought to life with, along with a stone bird and another very large cat played by Peter Boyle. He goes to them, and they try to save her, and she ends up getting kidnapped to the Cat Kingdom, where she slowly begins to turn to a cat. And how it's a spin-off is the Baron character. He's a little stone cat statue that was in that movie. The character from that movie was writing a story about. So that's the connection.
Okay.
And it's really cute. It's basically a fairy tale. It's a moral lesson. The girl goes to winds up in Catland and is slowly turning into a cat because as long as she becomes like indulgent in the world and allows all their flattery, she'll turn to a cat. But if she stays true to herself, she'll remain as she was. And the animation's obviously Studio Ghibli. It's very pretty. It's a fairy tale. It's a really cute fairy tale that if you think about it too much, like any other of Miyazaki's films, if you think about it too much, the logic will completely fall apart. But I thought it was really, really, really cute. I had a really good time watching it. Like, oh, this is fun. This is why I like these movies. And honestly, compared to like his other movies, the dub wasn't bad. It has, like I say, Anne Hathaway is the main girl. Carrie Elwes is who is the Dread Pirate Roberts, Dr. Gordon. He's the Baron von Humpernick. Oh yeah, the Tim Curry is the Cat King. That makes sense. And yeah, it's based on a manga called Baron the Cat, and it is really, really cute and really, really fun. And it is on Netflix. It's totally worth watching.
All right then.
Jordan, are you interested in watching this movie?
I mean, maybe one day for one of my anime picks. I'll pick it.
All right.
Is that all you have to say about The Cat Returns?
I did. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. He thought he was a
goner.
The cat came back.
But the cat came back.
He just couldn't stay away.
He just couldn't stay away.
He could not stay away.
So my next one is also a Hayao Miyazaki one, but it wasn't Studio Ghibli.
Oh no. Oh snap.
Or at least it doesn't seem to be. It came out in 1984.
Oh snap.
It's called Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Oh yeah, I think that's like it's either one of his first films or his first film.
Oh, yeah, I can't speak to that, but I do know that it was distributed by Toei.
It is very pretty. Very pretty movie.
So not Studio Ghibli. But yeah, this one's set in a post-nuclear futuristic world. Nausicaa is a pacifist. You have two groups of people that want to destroy the poisonous insect forest where they live. And she's a pacifist and is all like, "No, don't do that." And
don't not be a pacifist. Be a pacifist with me.
And apparently Patrick Stewart voices Lord Yupa in the Disney English dub. Which I didn't realize.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Interesting. There's apparently two different English dubs.
Really?
There's a Manson/Showman version, which came out in 1985, and then there's the Disney dub from 2005.
Oh yeah. Disney went and redubbed like almost all of those movies.
Interesting. I didn't realize.
Big re-release.
So this is always an interesting thing when you don't realize certain people played certain voices, and then you go and you see things and you're like, really? How did I not realize that? They have a very distinct voice, and I'm ashamed of myself for not recognizing them sooner. So like, Lord Yupa is Patrick Stewart, Prince Milo is Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Is he an actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf?
Old lady is Tress McNeil. Goal is Frank Welker.
Actual cannibal Shia
LaBeouf. Mayor of Placida is Mark Hamill.
Running for your life, Shia LaBeouf.
Lestelle's mother is Jodie Benson.
Thinking in the window, safe for last is Shia LaBeouf.
But yeah, I mean, this was one where it's like it's definitely from the 80s, but I had fun with it.
It's definitely an 80s anime and looks like it.
But I had fun with it.
Yeah. He really, I think that's one of his environmental-ish ones, I think.
Yeah, like there's a lot of really pretty scenes of the environment.
Yeah. It's like,
Um,
ooh, that tree looks pretty.
I mean, Hayao Miyazaki is prolific for a reason.
He
Let's
is.
just
He is.
we'll lend this one on that.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've always wanted to watch it. It's on my list of ones to watch.
It's on
Maybe.
Netflix.
Yeah. The Netflix. Okay, so that's it for
I believe it's
Nazca.
on net. I believe it's on Netflix anyway. All the things I watched were on Netflix, which kind of makes it surprising if it's a Disney dub that it's on Netflix. Maybe I no, I'm pretty sure I watched it on Netflix.
So Jordan, I'm not sure if you are familiar with the franchise Digimon, Digital
Oh,
Monsters.
no, not at all. It's not like I've talked about it on this show before.
Jordan, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there was a series called Digimon Adventure
Oh, no, really? You don't say. It's not like I've talked about it on this show before.
and Digimon Adventure 02. Not
You
because
know,
it's
and perhaps when we talked about anime in the past, link it here.
not named 02, not after because it's the second one because it takes place in 2002. That's why it's called 02. Jordan, I'm not sure if you know that they made a series of 7 movies, which was initially going to be a show, but they split them into 7 movies, and it's really obvious that they split them into a show called Digimon Try.
I have heard of these.
Well, Jordan, they eventually made a sequel to that. It's called Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kazuna. I'm almost entirely sure I mispronounced that. Play the trailer.
Well, okay.
And this, Jordan, honestly, is way better than Digimon Try. And when I was watching it, the big thing, you could watch this. The only time that I unfortunately have to spoil it. Sorry, Jordan. The short version is you should go watch it. It's quite good,
La
but
la la la
I
la
have
la
to
la
spoil
la
it.
la 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 la.
Um,
Just gonna mute you. No.
um, but there's only one moment in the end where you see, um, shit, what's her name? I forget the character's name. Mekuman?
Mikuman?
Yeah, her person.
Oh
She's,
yeah.
you see her very briefly at the end. I think she shows up a couple times. The problem with these movies is they all have the same art style, but the art style is different from the show, and the characters' voices don't sound like half of them are the original voice. I watched the dub, to be fair, but and half of the voices are from the original, like they're the original voices, and half of them aren't. Just like Try, so you kind of lose the characters a little bit because you're like, oh, I think that's TK, but it doesn't quite, or I think that's Cody, but he's older and it doesn't look like Cody, and it doesn't sound like Cody either because it's a different
Oh
voice
yeah.
actor. So the characters get kind of jumbled for me because of that. Um, but you could. The thing about Digimon Try is all of those movies are wildly unbalanced because they don't work as individual movies because they're all part of a larger narrative. So
That tracks.
it was just apparent that Digimon Try was originally going to be a show, and then they decided to make them into the 7 movies. Whereas this functions on its own as a movie. It's a perfectly functional movie. All of the characters have decent character arcs. The story is self-contained and wrapped up, and it's a great swan song to the original Digimon Adventure show. The problem is just like Digimon Try, this movie is a weird bummer. Like, I don't understand why these Digimon movies are such a weird bummer. They have this weird tone problem across them.
That's a good question. I guess because they realize that the people that watch them are all sad adults, and sad adults need
Yeah,
to
but
stay sad.
that's not why I'm watching these movies. But like the plot of this movie basically is there's an evil Digimon, like there always is, and
That's what. Yeah.
it's stealing the consciousness of Digidestined across the world, and as they are fighting, and there's a fun reference where
You
they
know,
go
you know what's funny is in the Japanese version, it's probably not their consciousness, it's probably just their life.
probably. Well, no, it actually might be their consciousness because this feels fairly faithful to the original, but. There's a really fun moment early on where they're initially fighting it, where they go into the internet and it's just like it is in the Digimon movie.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's really fun. It's like the highways zooming by or whatever. Uh, and it, in the midst of that fight, a ring of light has appeared on Ty and Matt's Digivice, and they are told by a girl whose name I don't remember, that once that light disappears, Agumon and Gabumon will disappear forever, and you will no longer need to see them. And having a Digimon partner basically is a lot of energy. The potential of it releases a lot of energy, and when that energy runs out, you lose your Digimon partner, and that's a whole part of it. Happens when you grow up. When you get older, your Digimon leaves you. And so the running clock of this movie is Matt and Ty are trying to decide whether or not they should fight, because if they fight, then Agumon and Gabumon will disappear, and it is very sad. The scene, you know where it's going. They disappear, and you think, oh, they're gonna disappear and then they're gonna reappear again. Nope, they're gone. There's a particularly sad moment at the end where okay, I'm jumping ahead. So the entire time Matt is using like these behind the scenes connections to trace this guy who they think is the one who's controlling the evil Digimon. And it turns out, spoiler alert, big spoiler, that the guy that Matt is following is actually the FBI, and the killer is the girl who told Matt and Ty that the Digimon were going to leave. And she has created an artificial Digimon that has the ability to steal Digidestin's consciousness, basically. And she's taken them into she calls it like the Nega or Netherworld or whatever, where you can be children forever and stay with your Digimon forever and ever and ever.
Man, that sounds a lot like the guy in Digimon Adventure 2 who, wanted to use the flowers that were growing out of people so he could be young and go and get his Digimon. What's the character? The one
Oh
that
yeah, kind of. It's kind of similar, yeah. But she's more kind of. But I think she actually is a Digidestin, whereas he never actually became a Digidestin. She was a Digidestin. That was the whole deal.
Okay, so it's like the Digimon Tri where there's the
Kind
lady
of, yeah, kind
who
of.
who was
It borrows a lot of stuff. It's also very similar. A lot of her character moments are very similar to Jerry from Tamers. Um, and you're like, okay, so this movie is real bummer, real sad. The tone of it the entire time is sad. The Digimon are still childlike, so they kind of seem to understand what's going on, but they kind of do. And you're like, oh, okay, clearly this is fake, right? This is a real thing. This is not real. This is a fake out that's not gonna happen in the end. It's not really gonna be that sad. But then Genai shows up out of nowhere, and Ty is like, oh, Genai, it's you. He's like, yeah, it's me. And like, so that bit about the Digimon disappearing, that's fake, right? That's not actually real. She's a bad guy. She's tricking us. And like, oh no, it's a thing. It's a thing that's gonna happen. Like, wait, but why didn't you say anything? Oh, I mean, how do you kind of tell someone when they're a kid that the thing they absolutely love and adore is gonna die eventually, and they're gonna have to emotionally deal with that? So I just chose not to.
okay. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't see Genai's logic,
I
but
guess it just seems like kind of a cruel thing to just now be
y-
mentioning, but
I mean, there's a certain point like when they were like I get not wanting to do it when they first meet the Digimon when they're like 10 or like 9,
but
but
like
like in Adventure 2 when Ty and them are like 14, 15, they could like handle the concept of death at that point. You could slowly introduce them to the idea.
what's frustrating, yeah, exactly. What's frustrating about it
But
is,
also like aren't Digimon just data? Why are they suddenly
well,
dying?
yeah. So part of the thing
Wasn't
is they're like, oh, you've created a fake Digimon, but it's like, but like, Digimon are just data. So like, what is the difference between this Digimon, and an actual Digimon? Because this Digimon is because the whole thing is her Digimon disappeared when she was a kid, so she's trying to get it back or whatever. And so this
right, but
Digimon is based this Digimon that can steal the consciousness is like, it seems to be a reconstruction of her Digimon, like
but
that disappeared.
But my question was more for like the Agumon and Gabumon. Why are they suddenly disappearing? Like, Digimon is just data, right? Isn't the point that
Yeah.
when a Digimon dies, it comes back as a Digi-Egg?
No,
Why won't...
this new movie adds this wrinkle that no, now when you as the kids hit a certain age, I might have missed if they said exactly what it is, but they just disappear. They turn into glowing energy and they just disappear, and then your Digivice turns to stone.
Uh, okay.
And so there's a the final confrontation is
Just seems like an unnecessary like it's just
just to be
a real
sad for the sake of it,
yeah, they just want to make it so that they can't come back again.
right? But pin in that question because like okay, so big twist. This girl's not evil so much as she's traumatized and damaged, and she wants to kidnap all the Digidestined and keep them safe in her little digital world. And so
Misguided.
she Agum or yeah, the Jedi as he's leaving, Tai coldly says like, oh yeah, Tai's like, oh, we're gonna have to say goodbye to our Digimon, and he's like, oh yeah, unless you manage to like summon one more big bit of potential, basically. And they go to gather all the Digidestined to go do a final battle with the girl, and Sora refuses to. She's like, I'm not gonna do a big fight, and they all get sucked in and taken by this thing, and so yeah, they go to this digital world, and they're all kids again, like all of them. And that's when you see the girl from the Try movies, and she's a kid again, and you see all the different characters, and they've all got their Digimon with them, and they all like start attacking Tai and Matt, who are trying to like save them. They're like, you can't. We have to grow up eventually, and Tai has this huge monologue about having to grow up. Except none of the other characters in the movie have had that problem of not wanting to grow up, not wanting to like let go of anything. That's not been a character arc for any of them. So it's just weird that like the bit is him trying to convince them to come back to the light. Like that's weird. That's not It's not
Yeah.
really been a character arc moment up until that
It
point.
as a casual observer looking in, it sort of seems like those characters don't have a we don't want to grow up problem. It's a we don't want our cherished friend that we've known for 15 plus years to
Right.
die thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And like that's not to say Tai or Agumon and Gabumon have really a new evolution, new Digivolution. That's fucking sick. It looks sick. It's awesome. They both look badass. The fight sequences, like there's fights between Digimon that look sick. They bring back
I mean,
the
nothing tops
original.
War Greymon.
Well, they bring back the original Digivolution sequence from the original show. Remember how they
Oh,
changed
no
it for
shit.
Digimon? Right? Yeah. So it looks great. It's great. The music is great. There's a new version of the original Japanese theme song, which is great. Um, and so you're
Now
like, oh,
me
okay.
you're making me want to watch it.
It's a weird bummer. I think it's better than Digimon Try, but like it's way better than Digimon Try. It's way more self-contained. It works as a movie. Like it's a solid movie, except it's really fucking confusing because you're like, oh, okay, so they're retconning the ending of Digimon Adventure 2. All right, I get that. That's fine. I understand why you would do that. That epilogue is terrible. Everyone hates the epilogue. The creators hate the epilogue. Nobody likes the epilogue. I understand it. They want to retcon it and give a more like complete story about how yeah, you have to eventually learn to grow out of your childhood things or let go of your child. That's a very Japanese lesson to learn. But then the ending of this movie sets up the epilogue. But I don't know if it's like
But it can't because Agu's dead.
Agumon is
Agumon's
dead, yeah.
dead.
And there's a sequel to this. And so not all of the Digimon left. Just Agumon. There's a really sad scene of Agumon, and it's like an old Yeller style scene where Agumon and Gabumon, Tai and Matt are hanging out with them separately, and like they have this conversation, this dialogue, and you could tell the ending's coming, and they turn away and they're like, "What are you gonna do tomorrow?" And then they go to talk to him and they're just gone. And you're like, "Oh, that's really sad."
Aww.
But the rest, like the other Digidestined, the 02 cast, they still have their Digimon. So there's a sequel to this. There's a second one that I want to watch, which heavily involves the 02 cast. It's their movie. That's supposed to be kind of making up for. Sorry.
Oh, they weren't try.
Yeah, how they weren't in Try. Sorry, my throat is just dry all of a sudden. They weren't in Try. And so I'm wondering if that explains. So sorry. This ends setting up the Epilogue. So you see Matt, he's looking at a rocket ship. You see Davis, he's in a cooking class with Vemon. You see Ty, he has written his graduation, his thesis on human Digimon collaboration, which is what gets him into the UN in the epilogue where he joins the UN with Agumon. And you
Maybe the
see
second one, yeah, maybe the second one will have a nice happy resolution, which brings all the Digimon
brings them
back.
back, yeah. And you see early in the movie, Matt mentions that TK is writing a book, and then at the end of the movie, you see him in the coffee shop writing a book. Yeah, there's a particularly sad moment in the final battle where you see all of the Digimon fighting or whatever, and it cuts to Sora, and she's just looking on, and she's holding her Digivice to her chest, and it's turned to stone. Biomon's already gone.
That's sad.
Right? So it is a weird bummer. Like, you know me, I'm not against a weird bummer. It's weird, like, this show used to be really easygoing and family-friendly for the most part, but all right.
Adventure.
I'm not
yeah.
against it. It's just the ending is confusing. Like, if you're going to retcon the epilogue, retcon the epilogue, but it just kind of seems like you want to have it both ways. So, yeah, I'd like to see the second one to see if it does wrap it up or, like, hint at them coming back. Because the only hint that they're going to come back is Agumon, no, Tai, I think. One of them has a line where he's like, I will find you. Wherever you are, I will find you. So that seems to be the hint. And the other thing that makes this sad is the dub brings back original Agumon, which Digimon Tri didn't have. It brings back original Agumon and original Tai. So when Tai has this really serious monologue and Agumon just disappears, it's extra sad for me because it's coming right from my childhood. Yeah, it's like, ugh, right in my heart. Ugh. But yeah, I think it's better than Tri. I thought Tri was all right in the beginning, and then I just remember the last two movies were crap. This is definitely better than that. It wraps up this in kind of a way that it kind of works until the end. But yeah, that's Digimon Final Evolution. I'm not going to try to pronounce the last word.
Izunaya?
Izunaya.
Okay, so my next rapid fire. So you remember
No.
I think last time I did anime, I did this one which was basketball, and it was like several manga which was like squished into one movie.
I do
This
recall.
movie is kind of a similar situation. It's called Blue Giant. And it is several manga which are squished into one movie, like four different
I'm listening.
uh
You're going to see me rolling. I just need to get some water.
third or several like four different editions or whatever, which are collections which are combined into one movie. And so I definitely felt like there was large sections which were probably expanded, which were squished into this.
That happened to me this week too.
So basically the idea is the one high schooler wants to be like a really
The very best?
prolific famous blues player, like
Gotcha.
music,
Gotcha.
saxophone. And he ends up starting a band with two of his friends. And so, yeah, there's definitely like I can tell there's more development that was missed,
Gotcha.
like on each of these characters and scenarios and stuff like that. And so over the course of the movie, we see them practicing and working, and there's a lot of scenes where it's just montages of them playing the blues, the music and stuff, and so we just have scenes of that. And it was
good music?
yeah, it was fine.
All right. I respect it.
This was a movie which was not dubbed. I'm pretty sure it's only in Japanese, so I watched it with subtitles. So I did have a few moments where my mind wandered, and then I was kind of lost a little bit.
You look down and you look up and you're like, oh no, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
No.
But overall, yeah, I remember it being fine. It was fun. But like, yeah, in the in the manga. So there's a manga. It's called Blue Giant. Then there's Blue Giant Supreme. Then there's Blue Giant Explorer. And each of these are like 9 or 10 or 11 issues long. And then there's Blue Giant Momentum. And the movie combines all of those.
Gotcha.
At
How long
least
is the movie?
as far as I can tell. The movie, we'll see if I can tell you that. 120 minutes.
Oh, 2 hours. Wow. Okay. Well, man, at least it's a decent length.
Whereas the
That's what she
manga
said.
is 5 volumes.
Oh, okay. That makes
So
sense. Makes
so
sense.
you can see how it's squished. Oh, so wait, no, sorry. Oh, so maybe the anime might be the first 3 mangas. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but it's definitely combining a bunch of stuff is kind of the point.
Yeah.
Um,
I
the uh
definitely
the
know what you
YouTube
mean.
the YouTube article is not very good for it, but or the Wikipedia article rather. But yeah, it was one which was it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't
Yep.
my favorite thing I watched.
All right. All right. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. All right. All right, Joe. My final rapid fire of the evening is
Not evening. Not even
of
close to being evening.
of the evening. It might be evening. Give it a chance.
It's not. It's
Somewhere it could be.
it's 12:40 p.m. It's not evening.
Somewhere. My next one is Batman Ninja, a
Batman
movie
Ninja.
I thought was really bad. I don't understand why people like this movie. It is horrendous. It is
Mhm.
terrible. I watched
Go,
it, and I
go
remember
ninja, go ninja, go.
being
Go
like,
ninja, go
"This
ninja,
movie is
go.
terrible," and then I kept saying it was terrible, and then I forgot why it was terrible. So I was like, "Oh, I'll put it on," and it's the kind of movie where you're like, "Oh yeah, this is why it's okay." This movie basically is supposed to be like, what if Batman were anime? But like the story is nonsense, and like because there's always these like what if Batman or Superman was in a different place kind of style movies like Red Sun or whatever. And so this isn't like, oh, what if Batman were Japanese or took place in Japan? No, it's okay. So Batman is, for some reason, despite the fact that he's not a Batman villain, is fighting Gorilla Grodd, even though he's not a Batman villain, but whatever. And Gorilla Grodd has a time machine, and Batman and a bunch of his various bad villains get sucked into the portal, and they all get transported back to Japan. But because Batman was standing out further outside the circle, he gets there 3 years later, and in those 3 years,
His villains have set up camp, basically.
his villains not just have set up camp, but they own and are lords of several areas of Japan in 3 years. So Joker has not only set up an entire clan called the Joker Clan, but he has commissioned Joker helmets and Joker masks for them all to wear. And all the various different villains, not even just the villains, the Bat family have all integrated themselves with Bat ninjas. So they're all ninjas, and they all have ninja haircuts now. Like one of the Robins has a top knot for some reason. Um,
Hey
and
man, it's been 3 years. Do you know how long 3 years is?
yeah, okay, not
3 years is
in
three
terms of in
years.
terms of like infiltrating and taking over. That's not that long. For what the bad guys, sure, Robin having a top knot, I'll give you. But for what the bad guys accomplished, 3 years is just not enough time.
But they
Um,
have superpowers.
but they don't. It's all of the non-superpowered Batman. Like, okay, so like you're telling me my issue with this movie first and foremost stems from the fact that they just don't like it's not they didn't just go, oh, this is an alternate universe or whatever where Batman is Japanese and it takes place in Japan. Like they did the, oh, they traveled back in time to Japan thing, and it makes so much of this movie not make sense because there's no way in hell any Japanese person would ever follow the Joker. You
I
cannot
mean,
convince me otherwise.
they would if he started murdering people.
I mean, that's pretending. Okay, did he learn Japanese? Did the Penguin learn Japanese?
Yes.
And so then that's okay, fine, whatever. So then midway through the movie, like
In
45
3
minutes.
years, they have mastered and become fully fluent in Japanese. Yes, absolutely.
No, I just don't believe it. And then okay, so then randomly for no reason, literally no reason, Joker and Harley Quinn get amnesia out of nowhere, and the animation style completely changes. Just like I sent you the footage of it, right? I sent you the footage of it.
I think
I mean,
so.
you've seen the movie. The animation just completely changes to a completely different movie, and the Red Hood shows up and just starts threatening to murder an amnesiac-ridden Joker, and it's all irrelevant because the Joker gets his memory back at the end of the scene and comes back, and the animation switches back to the original animation. So the scene is completely pointless, completely random, and the animation looks like crap. Like, it looks bad. It doesn't make any sense. So then, okay. Then Batman, I don't know if that's before or after Batman decides to team up with Gorilla Grodd, but it turns out that Gorilla Grodd has been betraying them the whole time, and somehow all of the Batman villains' individual castles all turn into giant robots that they have somehow managed to find the resources to build giant robots in feudal Japan. That doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, this would all be resolved just by having it take place in a weird alternate universe, which allows for that. But it doesn't make any sense. Where did they get the technology to build the giant robots that merge into another giant robot? Like, yeah, I know you're supposed to
Well,
just let go and enjoy it, but
well,
it's so nonsensical.
well,
The
Justin, you
writing's
see,
not good enough to
it's
justify it.
this is the history of their world, and in their world, they have the metals and stuff and things
No,
that
that
they
doesn't
need
make
to
any
be able
sense because the
to
plot of
make
this is
this
that they went
work.
back in time to ancient feudal Japan.
Yes,
Just
but it's not our
no, but
ancient
it's
feudal
supposed to be our
Japan.
ancient feudal Japan.
It's their ancient feudal Japan.
That's the whole point. The
And
whole
their ancient feudal Japan was able to accomplish
no,
this
it's
because
ridiculous.
they had the foresight and future knowledge that their future people
No,
had
that's
and came
idiotic.
back into the past.
No, you're making me angrier just saying it because it sounds stupid because it is stupid. This movie's awful. It's terrible. There's a sequel which continues on where they go back to the present and everything's all fucked up because of the time travel. But it doesn't make any sense. And just like I tried
It
rewatching it.
doesn't have to. They're
Oh
beautiful.
my god, it was awful. I'm like this. I think this might be the worst Batman movie.
So you say that you hate it more than Tim Burton,
It might be
eh?
the second. It might be the second worst Batman movie.
So you're saying you hate it more than Batman versus Superman, eh?
Batman vs Superman is generously half a Batman movie.
Let me stand by what I
This is a
said.
full Batman movie, and it's bad. It's just bad. I didn't think it was very good. Someone's gonna yell at me in the comments about how I'm stupid.
Probably.
Oh, it's bad. Suspend your disbelief. I think it's because of how much suspension of disbelief is required to enjoy it, and the
I mean,
animation looked like shit, and it just wasn't
it's
good. You hated it
yeah,
too.
I did. I'm mostly playing devil's advocate.
I remember
But
you hated
no,
it.
I mean the whole time travel element is just it's the reason why it bothers me. It bothers me functionally because it's unnecessary. It's you're doing extra steps to accomplish something which is easily you could just be like,
Yeah,
yeah, this is a world
like
which
Aztec
Batman,
Batman just takes place in a world where Batman is an Aztec. Like
yeah,
it does. It's not like Batman went back in time and became an Aztec. No, it's just he's just so just have him be Japanese. Just have him
yeah.
be Japanese and do like a common ride. Like I have no like yeah
Or I mean,
all the bad
even if
guys
you
forming a Super Sentai
even
style. Hold on, let me finish this thought. All the bad guys coming together to form a Super Sentai style giant robot should be fun, but it's not because it doesn't make any sense that they've constructed this in medieval Japan.
Or even if you wanted to have it where like you don't want to have Batman be Japanese, you want him to be in feudal Japan, you could have him still be a man who came from Britain or something. Like you can
Sure,
have him still be that and he's just in Japan and then all of his enemies are Japanese. Like you could
right?
still
Like
do that.
you have what was it? Well, Gotham by Gaslight, where Batman just
Yeah.
is just in Victorian era England. Like, yeah, you could just have it where he's just in Japan. You're right. The time travel is just an additional extra step that makes
It's
the movie
just
not make sense.
It just makes it messy.
And then yeah, and then there's that again. It's like a 10-minute scene that is completely different animation. I remember when we watched it the first time, we were like, "What is happening?
Oh,
Why is
I
this like
remember
this? Is, this is
just
just
being
this is just a
confused.
completely different movie now. What is happening? I don't understand. Yeah, bad movie. Hated it. Did not like it. Liked it even less the second time. Probably gonna watch the sequel next time.
I understand. I understand.
I hear the
I get
sequel's
you.
really good.
Do you have any final thoughts about the ninja that is Batman?
Just that I heard this movie was good and it's not. So I've heard the next one is also good. So that tells me it's probably not.
Hard to say.
Yeah, that's it. Final rapid
So,
fire.
my final rapid fire is
Oh, Jordan,
Full Metal.
that's not how you pronounce it.
My final rapid fire
Pronounce it
is
correctly.
my final rapid fire
That's
is
not correctly.
well, rapid fire,
Rapid fire. That's how it's pronounced.
rapid fire,
Rapid fire.
rapid,
Do it. Rapid.
rapid,
Do it.
rapid,
Do it.
rapid
There we go. He did it.
fire. Is Full Metal Alchemist the movie, Conqueror of Shambhala. So this one requires a little bit of background for the uninitiated. So Full Metal Alchemist. When Full Metal Alchemist was first made into an
Full Metal
anime,
Alchemist.
the entirety of the manga had not yet at that point been released.
Head on.
So it was commissioned that basically this anime would follow the first half, which was out up until a certain point, and then basically they were like, the people that commissioned it were like, make a new ending, like just make an ending. So they did, and in the ending of this version of the show, um, Edward ends up going through the door of truth and ends up in a world without alchemy, which is our world.
Yep.
So the series ends where his brother Al gets his body back, but doesn't remember any of his time in the suit of armor. Edward is on our world, and Al is determined to find a way to bring his brother back because he in his heart of hearts believes that his brother is still alive. So this movie picks up pretty much right after, like, at the end of the show. I think it's like 2 or 3 years later. So Edward now lives in Germany, like right before World War II. Um, and
Does
Al,
he punch Hitler?
I don't know if he specifically punches Hitler,
Does he kick him?
but he punches Nazis.
It's not the same.
I don't remember if he specifically, but I don't think he does. But um, and Al in this movie, he's wearing the red jacket. He's got the hair that looks like Edwards does from the show. He basically has grown up to look like Ed, which is funny. So yeah, in this it's a historically real group whose name I don't remember.
Does he go back
the
to his regular? I'm curious. I know about this movie.
The Thule Society. Do you know the Thule Society?
No.
They are you remember in Captain America, Red Skull, how he has that group of people who are looking for mystical objects,
Hydra.
and he's part of that group. Not Hydra.
Oh.
It's the real world equivalent, the Thule Society.
Oh.
They were a real life thing where Hitler and
he
his
was
Third Reich,
real weird.
they were very much into the occult.
Yep.
And so the Thule Society was the group of people who were responsible for looking for supernatural things that would help them win.
People don't know that about Hitler, but he was real weird. Like, he was in the real weird science fiction-y shit that would make your skin crawl.
So in this movie, the Thule Society has heard about, like, they believe in the Shambhala, which I think is like a famous city or whatever.
Yes, it is. It's in one of the Uncharted games.
And
I think the second one.
So they think that alchemy is the key to opening the doorway, And so they end up opening a doorway over the course of the movie, making use of Envy. Envy? Envy. Yeah, who in the real world looks like a dragon. Um,
But
they
wait,
make use
what?
of him, and
But dragons don't exist in the real world.
Envy does though, and I guess Envy can't transform anymore, and he's stuck in that form. I don't know. That
So
feels
it
like a thing.
it
That feels like a thing that was explained at the end of the show that I don't
so
remember.
I just have immediate questions. So like is it like all of the characters from the other world, like this is them and they got pulled into our world, or is it like this is
No,
this world's version of them?
yeah, well, with the exception of uh, uh, Ed, Ed's dad, and Envy. Those are all from the show's world.
Gotcha.
Any others? So like we see a version of Hugh. You remember Hugh?
Yes.
Hugh Mays. We
Yes.
see a version of him, and he's a police officer who ends up joining the Nazis.
Right.
But he's not
So
the
there's
show's version of him.
so there's like the armor version of the brother and the regular not armor version. Did they do a big hug? Like you're the same, you're me but different. Hug.
Well, no, because the armor version, the version that would be from the show, he has his body back, so he's a person.
Oh.
Um, but Ed does spend time with okay, I'm gonna call it Earth 1 and Earth 2. Earth 1 is the show Earth, Earth 2 is the real Earth that that he's
Gotcha.
in the
Okay.
movie.
That seems easier.
Um, Earth 1 version of Al is looking for a way and ends up helping open the portal to Earth 2. And then the Earth 2 people come through and are like waging war on Earth 1. And Earth 2 version of Al and Earth 1 version of Ed in the beginning of the movie, like they are together and they've learned how to study rockets and stuff like that.
What about is there
Um,
not an Earth 2 Ed?
yes, Earth 2 Ed. No, no, we don't see him.
Oh, gotcha.
If he does exist, we don't see
Got
him.
it. Got it. Got it. Got
Um,
it. But there's two owls.
there's two Als.
Do they do a big
Um,
hug?
no, they don't meet
Oh, well that's what's the point? What's the point?
because
What's the point?
because I believe
Taking all the fun.
From what I remember, Earth 2 Al has a disease and is dying.
Oh, well,
Um,
that's just uncomfortable.
um, but no, I will say it's very weird to see weird Full Metal Alchemist characters like May Hughes beside the Nazi symbol. Like
Yeah, I
they don't
imagine.
even just allude to the fact that it's Nazi Germany. Like the one girl who so in the show there's
Why did you
there's
think they
this
were calling him the Fuhrer?
yeah, it's one of those things where for the longest time I never put that
No,
together.
I remember the first time.
Um
I think a friend of mine told me about that, and they went, "Why did you think he was called the Fuhrer?" And I went, "You know what? I never made that connection."
Yeah, Führer Bradley,
Yeah,
which is ironic
there's other
because
Nazi
okay,
stuff in there as well.
there's a lot, but Führer, I mean the fact that during the Shambhala War of Extermination, all of the Amestria people that they like zone in on, have blonde hair and blue, like in Brotherhood as well, have blonde hair and blue eyes or blonde hair, green eyes. Um, so yeah, it's very much is supposed that's supposed to be the point. But yeah, in the actual show, or at least in Brotherhood, the Fuhrer is Fuhrer King Bradley. And then in this version, Bradley is a Jewish filmmaker. So the person who in the show is the Fuhrer in the real world, quote unquote, real world, Earth 2, is Jewish.
Uh, see, that's interesting.
Um, and
I see what they did
but
there.
yeah, so yeah, it's very strange to have them like it explicitly talk about Hitler, the Hitler Führer, and the Nazis, and like so in the original in the Amestria version of the world, the Shambalans,
Yeah, kind
the
of. I didn't get very far in that show.
in the real world, you have a girl who is drawn in the same way that the Shambhalans are drawn in the show, and she's a gypsy. And so
Oh,
yeah,
see, they
there's a
did
point
that.
in like the Earth 2 story where like they're just being awful. Like the May Hughes characters and some of the other characters are talking about how, oh yeah, the and I'm as I'm saying this, know that I'm quoting the movie and not saying this. But like they talk about how the filthy Jewish people are coming in and the gypsies are coming in and stealing jobs and how they need to go back where they came from. And I'm like, man, this is alarmingly similar to rhetoric that is
Oh
being said
no.
nowadays in current America. It's upsetting.
Oh
Um,
no.
but yeah, no, this movie definitely falls under the category of sequel to show.
Yeah.
And so it's I have to say it's very weird watching this after watching Brotherhood, which is more faithful to the actual manga. It's very strange to watch this and be like, okay, so this is where this diverted, or this is the thing that's different than that, or you're like, it's very, very different.
All right. Was that it? Have you
That is it.
concluded?
That is my last rapid fire.
So, okay, Jordan. For both, just to get it, lump it all in. For both of my had scenes, I full bore Dragon Ball. I've been avoiding Dragon Ball for every time we've done anime so far, and I'm like, you know what? We're 4 into these. Let's do some Dragon Ball. So I've split these into two halves. Jordan, we have Dragon Ball movies and my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies. Well, two of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies. So to start off with, we're gonna do Dragon Ball movies. And the thing about Dragon Ball Z movies that I think Jordan you can attest is kind of frustrating, is being like, where is the continuity of this? Like they're
Where
always
does
off by like one
where
degree.
does this fit into the canon?
Well, the difference between that and Dragon Ball Z movie or Dragon Ball movies is Dragon Ball movies are basically like, what if we did the show, but like way faster and way more dramatic? So I watched two Dragon Ball movies because they're very short. They're only like an hour, not even barely an hour a piece. But they both went to movie theaters, and that's Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rupees, and I don't have it written down, but it's like Dragon Ball Curse of the Sleeping Princess. And Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rupees is honestly quite interesting. It is the thing that they used to sell Dragon Ball in the West. So when they initially pitched it to the West, they used this movie to do it, and it's been dubbed a ton. I watched the Funimation dub, which is interesting because it's clearly the closest to the original Japanese version because there's cursing and sex jokes in it. I remember the version we watched when we were kids because I remember renting this from the video store, and I remember it had the the other version of the American theme song, a Dragon Ball, gotta get
Gotta
those.
get those
It had
Dragon
that
Balls.
version of the theme song on it. So
You can't stop till you get 'em
I
all.
don't
The
know
seven
which
magic
dub that
balls.
was, but this is the one. I was like, this none of these sound right, so this must be an older one. But the names were right, and then out of nowhere, Chris Sabat shows up as Yamcha. Like, oh no, this is definitely Funimation. And then Mike McFarland is there as Master Roshi. He's like, oh no, yeah, no, this is definitely it. Goku doesn't sound right, but the rest of them do. And so Curse of the Blood Rupees is basically a retelling ish of the first 13-ish episodes. So instead of it still has all the hits. Goku meets Bulma. It shows Goku meeting Master Roshi. It shows Goku meeting Yamcha. There's a scene where it's Oolong. It's all of those episodes, but like way more condensed. And instead of fighting Pilaf, he fights an evil king who has been corrupted by a bunch of blood rupees, and he's turning him into an evil monster. And he's the one who wants the Dragon Balls instead of Pilaf. and it's otherwise more or less the same. It's slightly more dramatic. Goku gets to punch people a bunch more, and it's a bit more theatrical because it actually went to movie theaters. I'm pretty sure it was Dragon Ball's first movie. Um, and yeah, it's a real nice condensed version of the first little bit of the show, but different, but way more dramatic. And so the second movie, which is The Curse of the Sleeping Princess, is a much more, again, it's like they went, hey, do you remember that bit where Goku goes to train with Master Roshi for the first time?
And Master Roshi is like, get me a girl and I'll do it.
Right, and he meets Krillin.
Yeah.
Well, initially he's like, he throws the rock, and he's like, whoever brings me back the rock gets to be my student. Well, instead of doing the rock bit, what he does is he tells Goku and Krillin a story about a princess in a castle, and says that if they rescue the princess, he'll take him on as a student. And it turns out that the castle is supposed to be like a myth. It's not supposed to be real, but there is in fact a castle, and it's owned by a bunch of various evil, different versions of when they fought Baba. You remember how Baba had like the Mummy and Dracula and all those guys? Well, now all of those guys own this castle, and they want Bulma. They wind up kidnapping Bulma because they want Bulma's blood for some sort of ritual, which doesn't matter. And it ends
Oh,
with them.
I thought this was Dragon Ball, so I just assumed you were gonna say they wanted Bulma's panties.
Well, it's funny because it's allowed to be R rated. Oolong just straight up wants panties. He's like, I want panties. um, and
Classic Oolong.
um, but yeah, they want Bulma, and so then they Launch comes in and attempts to steal gold or jewels or something, and she turns back into good Launch, and then Goku and Krillin take it back to Master Roshi, and it was just like the show. So yeah, these movies are very funny, where it's like, instead of being concerned with, oh, where does this fit in the show, you don't have to be, because it's just, I know that the next movie is basically a retelling of the first time they meet Tien at the World Martial Arts Tournament, but instead Tien is a prince of a kingdom, and the evil crane guy is like his advisor. So like, yeah, they're a bit easier to watch because you're not like, oh, how does this fit into where's the continuity of this? I don't
It has
understand.
its own
Yeah, it has its own
continuity.
continuity, which makes it easier to watch. And Dragon Ball still holds up. It still holds up as like, it's starting to look a bit dated, but it still looks great. And they're really fun, cute little movies. They're not very long, and they're easy to find. They're like 56 minutes apiece. Knocked them out before we went to somewhere.
Noi!
Before I went to work.
Is that all you have to say about
That's all I have to say about that.
Well, all right then. So, I also watched the version movie of a show, yet again, Naruto the movie Blood Prison. So it's always fun. You mentioned trying to figure out where in the timeline of the show this takes place. And you can usually, the key factor that you usually have to use to be able to tell is what characters are around.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what characters is
Or what
the
power up
person that-
Naruto's using.
Yeah, or Goku
Or Goku. Oh, does he have a Super
whichever
Saiyan?
one.
Oh, okay, this is, yeah. Is Kid Trunks there?
So like in this one, for example, although they skirt this because he's not able to use most of his powers for most of the movie, so they kind of skirt being able to tell, but you can tell kind of roughly where it is. Um, so in this one, Naruto is framed for murdering a bunch of people, and so as you might guess, with a name like Blood Prison, he ends up in prison.
That makes sense.
Um, and so a large part of this movie, one of the wardens uses this jutsu on him, so he can't properly use the flow of
Is
chakra.
it a super duper uber putsu duchu?
Yeah, sure. Um, so he can't use his chakra properly, and so he can't break out easily. But later on in the movie, you can tell where it is because you see the Raikage and Octopops, the eighth the person who trains Naruto in the show how to use his Jinchuriki powers more effectively. Um, and they're friends with them. So like it's sometime clearly in the timeline of the show, it's like sometime in that period where Naruto is still learning how to control the Jinchuriki power because he doesn't at any point go into his Nine Tails form, which he has in the show. He doesn't go into his Super Saiyan form, basically. But he does go into his Sage Mode form. So it's clearly sometime after the Akatsuki has attacked the village and he can go into Sage Mode, but before he's learned how to use his Jinchuriki power. So it's in that kind of range, which is it gives an idea of where it is in terms of the show. But it's always funny to me about these anime movies when it's like I watch these and I'm like, and I don't know how to like I don't know how to say this nicely. Um the animation doesn't look nice enough. So like for I guess for example the best way I can put it is when I saw Battle of Gods for the first time, I was like, this looks theatrical.
Yeah, it looks like an extended episode of the show.
Like this to me looks like an extended episode of
Yeah,
the
I know.
show.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm about to say the
Whereas
same thing.
whereas Whereas, yeah, like I said, like Battle of Gods or even Resurrection F, like you want to talk about the story and how the Resurrection F there's no stakes, that's one thing. But animation wise, it looked pretty,
Yeah, yeah. I
right?
know
It
with Naruto
looked
that's like that. There's a couple of the movies that are really pretty looking.
there's definitely some. I don't think this is one of them. I think this just looks like the show.
Fair enough.
Which I like the show, so that's not a problem for me. It's just
Fair enough.
when I read that this had a box office of 800 million yen or 9.1 million US dollars,
To be fair, Naruto is stupid popular.
I'm just like, oh, this went to theaters. Interesting. Um, but yeah, basically, Naruto is framed, and then you find out that he was framed by the warden because the warden wanted to open this box that the village hidden in the grass has, which supposedly grants any wish. And then, of course, the box goes out of control, and they all the people have to team up to defeat it. And classic Naruto story.
Just a
Um,
absolute classic Naruto story.
but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. I like Naruto.
All right, all right.
I I think I'm getting to the point where like I like it as much as Dragon Ball.
I understand. It was a fun show. Jordan, is that it?
That is it.
All right. So Jordan, my next part to this is I wanted to watch my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies. Well, two of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies, and that was Fusion Reborn and Wrath of the Dragon.
Oh, those are two good
Dragon
ones.
Ball Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. So the thing about these movies that's so frustrating is, like I said, the continuity is always off by like a detail or two, where it's like, okay, so you're like, okay, this has to take place after they beat Majin Buu, but it begins with the Otherworld tournament, and Goku's dead still, so it can't take place after Majin Buu, and it can't take place during Majin Buu because the events of that show move so quickly that there's no space for them for this to, and you're like, okay, but so it has to take place after Vegeta blows himself up beating Majin Buu, so it has to take place like after that. But
I mean, aren't the Dragon Ball Z movies historically known, with the exception of the Super ones, um, aren't they historically known to be non-canon?
they are non-canon. They are supposed to take place in the. But I had a theory. I think that Dragon Ball GT takes place in the same timeline as Fusion Reborn, because then it explains how Goku and Vegeta can just do the fusion dance in that show without fucking up. Because
I
a
mean
lot
that
of this movie is devoted to teaching. Of this not very long movie is devoted to Goku teaching Vegeta how to do the fusion dance. Way
that
more
that
of it than
makes
I
sense.
remembered.
That makes sense to me, but I will say it's part of what makes, and I know we're not talking about that, but as a side tangent, it's part of what makes Dragon Ball Z Abridged so impressive is how they do manage to fold a lot of those movies into the canon.
Right? And yeah, it's otherwise it's. I mean, Gogeta beating Janemba is still badass. Goku versus Janemba is fun. It's a fun
Uh,
fight.
Jim Nemba, do you mean just Boo?
He's just Boo.
Because he's just Boo.
Actually, kind of funny. He is just Boo. Um, but it's like you said. It just feels like an extended episode of the show. It's not really
Yeah.
a movie. It's really just an extra long, nonsensical episode of the show. The other one, Wrath of the Dragon, that one is interesting because it believably could take place after they beat Boo, but before the end of Dragon Ball Z. There's
Which one is
nothing.
that one again?
That's the last one. That's the one with
Yeah, but
Harugar.
oh, Hirudegarn, right,
With
right,
the
right, right.
bad guy who's basically just Bobbity.
Right, right,
He's
right,
just
right, right.
Bobbity. He shows up. He's immediately suspicious. And then Bulma's like, "Oh yeah, I knew he was. You mean the guy who was obviously suspicious the whole time? That's the guy who you were suspicious of? Yeah, that makes sense." He shows up and he's like, "I have this thing. I have this music box, and Tapion is trapped inside it. And you need to help me get him out." Oh no! It turns out that I'm part of an evil race of people who can control this monster with magic, and I want him to destroy everything. He's just He's just
And
Bobbity.
Goku's like, oh, it must be a Tuesday.
Goku's barely, and that's what's kind of fun about this movie, is that it's a believable adventure for these characters to have in between those times where they would have never mentioned it. Like it's not earth shattering or like life changing enough that the only thing that it really does is
It's no Frieza.
no, it gives Trunks the sword, but that's kind of it. That other than that, it's a perfectly believable one-off adventure that they could have had. The only part of it that's really all that interesting is there's a halfway decent Super Saiyan 3 fight at the end between Goku and the Thing. I was always impressed that he didn't have a smaller human form, so that him and Goku could do a big punch. He stays gigantic and big like the whole movie. I'm pretty sure it's the first appearance of Dragon Fist, and it's still sick. The one thing that the version of it I watched fucked up was it was one of the, I think it's the DVD version, the original DVD version that I own somewhere around here. They fucked up the score. They put in that generic fun. You know how the
Faulkner.
on Funimation, the later seasons has that shitty theme song, that da na 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 na. You know, the one that's not "We Got a Power," but it's the other generic sounding one.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's that score, and so when Capion pops out of the music box, he doesn't play the song. Like
Oh.
the score is the one thing that this movie
He
is known
doesn't he
for.
doesn't do the da da
No,
da
it's a completely just
da da.
generic sounding song, so I'm guessing they couldn't get the
Oh,
rights to the score because it's
gross.
not the right song. It doesn't sound right. Like, this sounds bad. This
Bad,
doesn't
and it
sound
should
good,
feel bad.
right? Oh, this isn't right. This isn't good. This isn't right.
This is bad, and it should feel bad.
Um, it's otherwise not. Also, it's not really a Goku movie. It's more of a Trunks movie, and so it's just kind of funny how Goku just shows up out of nowhere at the end. It's like, no, I need to do the big punch. You're not allowed to do the big punch. I have to do the big punch, everybody, because I'm Goku. That's where I get people being like, it's just the Goku show, and I'm like, would have been much more interesting to see Tapion resolve this, or like Trunks and Tapion, or like this actually become a someone other than Goku saves the day kind of movie. But
I understand. I understand that sometimes you want someone other than Goku to save the
I
day.
do. But
But
I'm gonna
Justin, nobody else wants that, which is
no,
why they didn't keep Gohan as the main
nobody
person and
else
they
wants
brought
that.
Goku back.
But no, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna watch more Dragon Ball movies next time. Those are the Dragon Ball movies. Some Dragon Ball movies. Hey,
Dragon
check
Ball.
out some Dragon Ball movies, and those
Dragon
were some of
Ball Z.
those were some of them.
Dragon.
Na, 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 na,
No, no,
na,
no,
na, Dragon
no.
Ball Z. Okay, that's enough.
Dragon Ball Z.
That's it.
Um,
That's the end.
so, all right, okay. So my last have seen. Um, this one. I never get tired of watching this one. It's Spirited Away. It's a classic.
That's a
It's a
classic.
classic
It's a
Miyazaki.
delightful classic.
We all know it. You've got Lilo
Yeah.
from Lilo and Stitch. Her parents get turned into pigs. She ends up working for spirit people. There's the Hyako River, and various shenanigans happen. You don't need me to tell
Sure.
you about the plot of Spirited Away. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's great. It came out in 2001. I would have been like 10 when this came out, and it is
Beautiful.
great.
Very beautiful.
Budget of 19.2 million. It's made 396 million
Chloe.
dollars. There is no Chloe in it. Um, but
Come
it
on.
is a fantastic movie.
Come on.
Um, I'm never gonna forget when I found out, yeah, that Haku is played by Jason Marsden, or that, yeah, it's Lilo.
Yeah.
When I first listened to it and was able to distinguish that was Lilo, and I was like, oh my God, that's just Lilo.
It's just
She's just
Lilo
Lilo.
of
This is
Lilo and
before.
Stitch fame.
This is before she was Lilo. She did this first.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
This came out in 2001, and if I hold on, I'm pretty sure anyway. Lilo, and let's back that statement up. Lilo and Stitch original
Voice.
release date. Yeah, the original Lilo and Stitch came out in 2002, and this came out in 2001.
All right then.
So
Fascinating. Bit of trivia.
this was before she was in Lilo and Stitch.
Fascinating bit of trivia.
Is there any other big voices that we would know?
James Marsden.
Yeah, I meant besides him.
Jason Jameston. Jimmy Jim Bob Jimboree.
Tara Strong is Bo. Jim Ward is a river spirit.
Burt Ward.
Do we know John Ratzenberger?
Yes, he's Ham from Toy Story.
He's also well, the air show has started. He's also Aniyaku in this. Is there anything interesting I can tell about this
Come here.
stupid air show? I mean, it's had a very big impact and legacy.
Come here.
One of the best films of the 21st century.
I'm trying to entice the dog.
You gotta give her a treat.
I don't have any.
That'll entice her. Yeah, no, it's very influential and it's very famous for a reason. I don't have much more to say about it that hasn't been said by hundreds of people. If you haven't watched Spirited Away at this point in your life, what are you? Some sort of heathen? Go watch Spirited Away.
Heathen fool.
Stop what you're doing right now. Turn this video off and go watch Spirited Away and get some culture in your life.
It's delightful. It is.
It's
delightful.
It's cultural. It is a culturally impactful movie.
It's a cultural
Go
moment.
watch it.
It's cultural. It's a cultural watershed moment.
But that's Spirited Away.
All right, Jordan.
And that'll be the name of the short, Justin, is go get some culture and watch Spirited Away.
Go get some culture in your life. Jordan, you know what? I think we'll end on Boruto.
Boruto.
My next one is a movie called Escaflowne. The movie.
Escaflowne.
Jordan, do you remember Escaflowne?
I do not by name.
It was it's kind of like Inuyasha, the premise of the anime of the show. So the anime and the movie are very different. That's the big thing. And so when I watched it, it was a Fox Kids show, and it was like, yeah, a girl gets teleported to a magical world called Gaia, and it's really complicated, but it's like there's two factions of people, and she winds up with the one guy who's like the prince of the one faction, and he winds up in control of a magic like Gundam style suit of armor called Escaflowne. And I just remember it was like big robots fighting each other. That's what I remember it being. And I remember my friends being like, well, that's really more of a girl anime. that they've disguised, kind of like Card Captors, where they've made it look like a boy anime, but it's really more of a girl anime. It's more about like relationships and whatnot. And so, yeah, this movie is really violent. It opens with the main guy just like decapitating several guys. It's really quite violent, and yeah, it is otherwise kind of dull. It's not like there's a lot of characters standing around. Like some of the action looks okay, but it's really just characters standing around talking for great deals of it. But yeah, the ending of it, you're feeling like, oh my god, when's it gonna get to the robot suits? And then when it finally does get to the robot suit, which is really kind of horrific, it requires the blood of like a dragonborn or whatever. And when you like, it's kind of similar to District 9 when he gets into the suit in District 9 and it like clamps into him and it like attaches and like sucks his blood. And in order to move it, like he has to like be like attached to it, and it's like really painful to use. And there's a big fight sequence between another evil guy in an evil robot suit. And when that finally happens, it's sick and it's super fun. And it's really, again, bloody and gory. And if you like seeing guys' legs get sliced off with a sword, it's pretty sick. But so much of it is characters standing around and talking. We're like, oh my god, get to an action sequence already. I found it to be kind of, I'd be curious from a person who actually knows Escaflowne if they would be able to answer this question. But it much like yours, it's 26 episodes long, and there's moments in it where like a character will do a big thing, or like there's a moment where like Escaflowne becomes evil, and he turns black and he becomes evil, and it just feels like, oh, this is a moment that's maybe earned after 5 or 10 episodes of a 26 episode show, where this really is impactful and means something to me,
not rushed.
Yeah, or like these two characters, like they're kissing and it's like, oh, this is probably really cathartic after like 10 episodes of you wanting it to happen, or where it feels rushed, but also like, yeah, this is kind of a good way to like absorb it. But I remember liking that show, but as near as I can tell, the dub really like, yeah, cut down the girl character to make it look like a boy show, which is probably why I liked it. But yeah, the movie was just kind of...
I don't remember that show.
Oh yeah, it was on Fox Kids for the longest time, and then it got moved to YTV because...
What's it called?
Escaflowne. No, that's not the name of the show. I can't remember what the name of the show is called. Something of Escaflowne.
The Vision of Escaflowne?
That's it. The Vision of Escaflowne. Vision of Escaflowne. He has a big white robot suit. He calls it his armor, but I would not call it armor.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures and stuff. I don't recognize that one.
That was a long time ago. That was when Fox Kids were trying to make Digimon happen again, and they were licensing a bunch of animes.
That's fair. I understand.
Quite honestly, what it made me want to do is it made me want to watch Inuyasha. So
that'll be for next time.
That's going to be next time. I was going to do it this time, and I went, nah, next time I think I'm going to do some Inuyasha. But that's it. That's okay. Escaflowne.
All right. So I guess it's time for us to move into Have Not Seen.
No, that was a Have Not Seen.
For me.
I go first.
For me.
For you.
For me.
For you, yes.
To move into. So we're going to save the best for last. And instead, we're going to start with Akira.
Ah, yes.
1988 film, which
iconic piece of science fiction cinema.
I watched the dub. So
I hear the dub is bad.
I mean, I don't know.
The back half of that movie is really brutal. It's really brutal. He kills a lot of people.
So I definitely, okay, how do I word this? It didn't fully hold my interest the entire time, so it did not pass the phone test.
No, but it didn't for me either. Not till the end. The ending is where it gets good, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's when all the action starts happening.
I definitely, I can feel this movie's influence in other things.
You've seen this movie. If you've watched a science fiction movie or read a comic book, or if you like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z in particular takes so much from this movie.
I was more gonna just say shonen in general.
Yeah, shonen in general.
Like there's a lot. That movie. there's a lot of things that shonen animes do going forward that I can feel
Just
from this.
visually, just visually.
Um,
I mean, yeah, that
which
the sliding
it
shot with the motorcycle you've seen
oh,
that,
that's classic. I've seen that in so many point.
right?
Oh, it's cutting out. Hello?
Yeah, hello, hello.
Okay, there we go.
That went wonky there for
Sorry,
a second.
keeps cutting out on me. Um,
It's okay, we're almost at the end,
um,
and it's not 4 hours this time.
but yeah, there's the point later on where his arm has been blown off and he turns into the abomination monster, and I'm like, I saw that in the Trapper Keeper episode
Yeah,
of
yeah,
South
yeah, yeah.
Park.
That is very specifically making fun of Akira. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and
The horrifying
you
monstrosity.
you compared it to Chronicles, which I absolutely see the comparison.
The kid, the guy, the main
The
guy going
kid, yeah,
crazy with
going
power and killing
crazy.
everybody. Yeah.
I
It's funny
absolutely
when
see the
I hadn't.
comparison.
What's funny, up until that moment when I said that to you, I literally thought of that in that moment when I was trying to be like,
And it
it's
was a
sort of
great.
like, and you were
It
like, oh,
is.
you're like, it
It
reminds me of
is.
this, and I'm like, no, it's really more like Chronicle. Because it is, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it
it
absolutely
is.
is. Yeah, he gets too much power and he
Absolutely.
goes absolutely nuts and murders everybody, and then becomes.
Um,
Although he doesn't die, I think I can't remind me. Is it Akira who becomes a god at the end, or he becomes a god at the end and Akira kills him? Because Akira
so
comes back, right?
that's where I gotta say this. As you were talking about one of your earlier things, I was skimming the Wikipedia and I don't remember that last part, which
Yeah, well,
makes me go, which
it's
makes
really like, what's the word? Like,
dense.
not dense, but like it's told visually, kind of, or it's meant to be interpreted, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, so that's where I was like, either I missed it, like slash wasn't paying enough attention, or maybe the version I saw cut some of that out.
That is also possible. Again, I've heard that dub is terrible. Because
But
I watched the Japanese version, and the Japanese version is quite good.
because yeah, reading the end here, like reading the stuff here, I remember up until a certain point, and then it doesn't sound f familiar. So hold on, I'm trying to get to the plot point here.
But yeah, no, the kid like destroys his body and then ends
Yeah, well,
up.
like yeah, basically, it's like he's turned into the monster. This is what I remember. He's turned into the monster, and he's like absorbed the guy and the girl, and he kills the girl, and the guy is still like alive inside of him. And then the three Esper kids who look like old people for
Yes.
some reason
Uh,
wake up Akira. And Akira basically stops, creates like
oh yeah,
a
pocket dimension.
singularity,
Yeah, and takes the kid with him.
takes the kid with
Right,
him,
right,
but
right, right,
like
right, right, right.
it also destroys most of Neo Tokyo.
Right, right. It ends up being
And then
like a second because the whole thing with that movie is it's sort
and
of
then
about the nuclear the atomic bombs. It's kind of what it's
yeah,
about.
and then he puts the one kid, the main kid, the one who doesn't go crazy with power. He puts him back in Neo Tokyo, and so then it's like then at that point, what it says here, I don't really remember it. Like it says in the singularity, Kanata experiences Tetsuo's and other Esper's childhoods, which I remember. Yada yada yada. Uh, Esper's return Kanata to Neo Tokyo, informing him that Akira will take care of take Tetsuo to safety, and that Kai is developing psychic powers, which I don't remember any of that. Um,
I remember that.
Onishi witnesses the birth of a universe, but is killed in his lab's destruction. Yada yada yada. After consuming most of Neo Tokyo, the singularity disappears. Yada yada yada. Mourning Tetsuo's loss, Kanata discovers Kei and Kai have survived, and they ride off into the ruins, while Shikishima watches the sunrise. At an unspecified plane of reality, Tetsuo introduces himself and triggers the creation of a universe, finally transcending the limitations of human
To be
existence.
fair, Akira is technically based on a manga, which is different.
That makes sense.
The manga, the whole thing, the whole reason why the like I don't know, I can't remember how different, but the reason why the Espers look older is because their powers have aged them. That's why they
I
look older.
figured figured it was something like that.
But yeah,
Um,
the Akira is more of a character in the manga to my.
yeah, because I was gonna say, one thing that I found myself thinking multiple times during this movie is for a movie called Akira, there sure isn't a lot of Akira.
Yeah, it's about them trying to avoid him coming back more than it is about
Them making
yeah
another Akira.
more well and them trying to make another one that they can control. And Akira had like evolved so far beyond them that they could no longer control him or her. I'm pretty sure it was a him.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's one of those movies where yeah, it's influential and you could see its influence. And I to be fair to you, I remember the beginning of it really failed the phone test for me. There's a couple moments I recall having to. I mean, to be fair, if this becomes a video, which it might, I'm probably gonna put in me talking about Akira because I've talked about it before and I don't remember it specifically enough. I do remember saying that I wanted you to watch it so you could be like, wow, yeah, it really is quite remarkable how much this movie has influenced pop culture. Because it
Oh, it
is.
definitely
It
has. I can
has.
see that.
That is indisputable. Whether or not removed from what you think of that movie, it is definitely one of the most influential science fiction. If you like modern anime, shonen anime, Marvel, like any of that shit, you have Akira to thank for it.
Fun fact, did you know in 1988, Taito released an Akira adventure games for the Famicom exclusively in Japan?
I did not know that. Oh yeah,
And
the other fun bit of trivia about that is the dub. Joshua Seth is, I think that was the dub you watched. Joshua Seth is Tetsuo.
Tai
Yeah, that's
Tai
Joshua
is
Seth. He's Tetsuo, right?
um I believe so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like his big. That's one of his big roles.
I just know that yeah, the version that I heard there was definitely Tai was one of them
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Tetsuo.
because I could hear it.
I wanted to watch the dub and I ended up watching the Japanese because I didn't realize there was a dub. Yeah, there's two. There's like an eHarmony dub, which apparently is terrible. And I don't think that's the dub you watched. I think you watched the better dub. But I have not heard good things.
Yeah, I mean the dub part of it, like the lip flaps were fine. The voice acting didn't sound like hollow or bad or anything.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
that way that like badly acted anime does.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where it's like, and maybe this is just my current. I found it long for an anime movie,
Yeah, I
like
mean to be fair, it's quite a long
long
running.
and kind of drawn out in certain
To be
points.
fair, it is a 1987 or 86 movie. And
88.
yeah, the pace 88 pacing in the 1980s anime is just slow. It's just
Yeah,
the pacing is
100,
slow.
124 minutes.
Yeah, the pacing I recall being quite slow. But like I say, the ending of it is really quite. If you like bloody, gory, the heads getting
Oh, it's definitely
yeah.
violent.
If you like violent anime, it's definitely pretty fun. Jordan, is that it for Akira?
That's it for Akira.
So my final movie of the week of our two-part season finale premiere. I almost fucked that up.
Freudian slip.
I wanted to watch a Naruto movie. I wanted to just pick a random Naruto movie, in the middle of nowhere, and just see what I could figure out. And I figured, better place to start than Boruto?
Then the furthest possible thing
Furthest
that
possible thing.
that even I have very little context for.
So first, before I get into the movie itself, I just have a few preceding questions, introduction questions, if you will. So just clarifying questions. That's the word.
I will try.
So, how much of Naruto have you watched?
I've watched up until I think the 15th season.
Have you? You have not
so
seen all
I-
of Naruto or Shippuden.
I've not seen all. I've seen all of the original Naruto,
Okay.
and I've seen a good chunk of Shippuden, but not all of it.
Not all of it. Okay.
Because it's hard to get access to it.
So,
So I've seen in terms of Shippuden, I've seen up until the point where the fourth Great Ninja War has started, and I've seen chunks of that.
So I'm gonna as this goes on have questions about Naruto for you.
I will try.
So okay, the general thoughts about the movie generally is it's really quite good. As someone who has not, I've watched exactly 4 episodes.
So you watched the Road to Boruto, right? That's
The,
the, I believe that's one. That was
the
what that's
what
called.
seems to be the yeah, I think so. Naruto the movie. The very
Yeah,
first
I
Boruto
believe.
movie.
I was gonna say I believe that was where they very first before the show even came out.
Well,
I
so
think
that
that
was
was.
my okay. So hold on, let me. So just general thoughts about the movie is
I
as a
think.
movie, it's quite good. It doesn't burden you with having to know anything about the characters. It gives you enough of an idea that you can enjoy it. For me, I've only ever seen 4 episodes, so I recognize the occasional name, but not really.
Mm.
So like
You've
Kona,
you've seen me watch it more
yeah.
than you've watched it
Have you seen
yourself.
the first Boruto movie?
I think I have seen that one. I think
Well,
for the longest time I had that on
I
PlayStation.
was gonna say, I think you played it in a game.
I played part of it, but I know that in terms of watching the movie itself, I think I have seen that movie
Um, so yeah, so like at the beginning of the movie,
once a while
I'm
ago.
gonna pronounce the name badly. Kona Hamaru.
Konohamaru.
He shows up and he's an adult and
Hmm.
he's Baruto's trainer.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm like, hey,
yeah.
I recognize that character. Or
When you first see him in the very first like in Naruto when Naruto was a kid, he's like 4 or 5. So
right. So
yeah, that's one of the fun things about Naruto and when they did bring in Boruto is it's like yeah, getting to see
um,
these characters that you saw as kids now grown up is fun.
and it was also fun to be like, okay, so there's a girl. She's got dark hair and she's wearing an outfit that looks similar to the pink-haired one. So I'm assuming she's the kid of the pink-haired one. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess Naruto and the pink-haired one don't get together. That's kind of cool. That would have been kind of cliched if they got together. I guess maybe she's more like Bulma. If Sasuke is like Vegeta,
Sakura,
yeah,
Sakura, Bulma, yeah, kind of. I guess I could
because
see the
she
comparison.
she and she and
More like Chi-Chi, really.
well, no, because it when I would with my limited knowledge say that Sasuke is Vegeta.
I mean, yeah, he is, but
Um, and so
in
they
terms it
have a
just it
girl.
in terms of personality and in terms of
um,
like what the character is actually like,
so
I would say Sakura is more like Chi-Chi.
this movie is really great about it's a movie. It's not like I feel like I'm watching an episode. It's an hour, about an hour and a half. I feel like I'm watching a movie. The character has a nice tight. Naruto has a great character arc of like he
Mm.
initially starts off. He's nothing like Naruto. He has no desire to be Hokage. He does it. He really is resentful of the fact that Naruto is busy being Hokage. I love the fact that Hokage is just doing paperwork. Like when
A
Naruto
lot
is
of
a
the
kid,
a lot of the time it's very
he
boring.
wants to be
Yeah.
Hokage, and he's got this sexy idea of what being Hokage is, and it's just sitting in his office doing paperwork. But so Naruto, his hand is bandaged. Do
Yeah,
you know
that's
why that is?
that's a thing. Well, I have an idea of why, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, but that's a big thing.
Yeah, so from what I understand, I believe, and this is just stuff that I've
Is this a
seen,
Shippuden thing?
yeah, in
Okay.
Shippuden. Later on in Shippuden, I don't remember if it's when he's fighting Sasuke or if it's there's a big bad guy that comes later in the series, and I think she does something like does that to Naruto,
Gotcha.
and it's a
Um,
permanent like his
do
healing
you
factor can't heal it or something. I don't actually know, but I have a rough
does he
idea.
wind up with the girl that he's with in Boruto in Shippuden?
That I'm not sure of.
Interesting. Because
I
he's
I
with this girl who I had no idea who she was. I don't
Hinata.
recognize this character. I recognize
Hinata.
some of them, but I don't recognize him.
Hinata.
Inata, is that her name?
Not Naruto is with Hinata.
Oh yeah.
And that's supposed to be because she has had a crush on him since the original series.
Oh, interesting.
So she's been pining after him, and it always was a thing in the show where whenever
See, I would say she's Chi
Naruto
Chi.
kind of no, but in terms of personality,
I just meant
she's
function.
more yes, function, yes, I guess theoretically, but personality, I'm going by personality. Personality, she's more like Launch when she's good Launch.
Oh, interesting. And so
Um,
I enjoyed this movie because it's like yeah, it's fun seeing Naruto's arc in this movie is that Naruto's a bad dad. He's doing the I'm a bad dad story, and he's not there
yeah,
for his family. And
he's busy.
Baruto is I love Baruto because Baruto he's completely different from even my limited knowledge of what Naruto is like. He's so different in that he's spoiled.
Hmm.
He
He's
doesn't
got both
really. Right,
parents.
he's got both parents. He doesn't want to do the work. He just wants to take shortcuts. So early on, him and his friends are playing video games, and he's trying to give his friends cheat codes, and his friends like, no, I don't want to cheat. And
Mm.
Bruto's like, oh, it's all that winning is really all that matters. And so he
Yeah, I
gets
believe in the
given.
show. I believe I don't actually know because I haven't watched any of Boruto, but I believe in the show it's not Boruto who wants to become
No, he doesn't want to become
Hokage.
Hokage. No.
It's Sasuke
Yes.
and Sakura's daughter,
But
Sarada,
so
who wants to become.
he gets a device from their science team, which essentially
Lets him use the super
lets them do
powerful
the chakra whatever
jutsu.
jutsus without actually having any chakra. And so
Hmm.
the movie is about he gets convinced to go into the Chunin exams, and he cheats basically.
He
And
uses
he
those.
uses the thing, and he gets caught. And my one criticism is the bad guy is nothing. He's not really he's nothing of a bad guy. He's honestly barely in it. He doesn't really show up in the end, and he only shows up so Naruto can do a big fight. But otherwise, the most interesting stuff is the dynamic between Boruto and Naruto. Their interactions, how they interact with each other, is super fun and super interesting. And yeah, he gets to the end where Naruto has this ability to turn into this fox thing, like this half
Mm,
man, half fox thing, and I'm like, that
yeah,
must be a thing he gets way later on. But yeah,
yeah. The where he's in like the oversoul kind of thing,
yeah, kind of
basically.
yeah, um,
Yeah,
and I
that's
would
I haven't got to that point
what
yet.
makes I would say Naruto and Sasuke different is I believe they're friends. Like I never believed that Vegeta and Goku are friends, really, but I believe that Sasuke and Naruto are actually friends, at least at
I
this point in their relationship, and
I
as of this movie.
believe I believe that Vegeta and Goku are by Super. Like in Super, I kind of see
Loose, but
the loose
this they're pretty
friendship.
explicitly friends, which is like a
Yeah,
different
they have
dynamic.
spent they have spent like 30 seasons collectively between
Yeah,
the two shows, 30 seasons of time getting to the point where Sasuke is no longer a dick and wants to be
I will say that
friends.
this movie definitely makes me want to gives me an interest in. I like Boruto because at the end of the movie, Boruto's arc is learning to love his dad. So then at the end of
Mm,
the movie, he's chill with the dad. He's like, Naruto's like, okay, I'm gonna be better, and he's like, no, it's fine. Just like when you come home, tell me about yourself so I can learn about you, and we can. And
mm.
I'm like, I kind of felt
I
that
think
throughout the movie. The movie does a really good job fostering being like, you know what? Yeah, as a person who's never watched Naruto, it makes me want to
yeah.
learn the history of this character, and like for the purposes
And
of this, I didn't, but it made me want to like, oh, what's the context of this thing that they're referencing? It's kind of neat.
I believe at the end of that movie too, doesn't either Hinata the mom or Naruto gives him Naruto's old jacket
Yeah,
and he
that's the
puts on the
the
jacket.
climax of the movie is he's all sad because he gets basically Naruto finds out that he's cheating and kicks him out of the Chunin exam and removes the rank of ninja, so he's no longer allowed to be a ninja. And he tries to do a Rasengan earlier in the movie, and he kind of does it looks not very good, but it actually is good. And like
Mm,
he wants to be Sasuke's student, and Sasuke goes, "I would have let him be the student." And it's like the irony is you didn't need to cheat. You're good enough. You have a lot of potential if you would just actually put in the effort and the work. And so then yeah, he puts on the jacket and he goes to save Naruto from the bad guys, and that's him
mm.
like accepting his dad into his life and accepting that his dad maybe is a bit more than just the guy who sits in his office, because it's one of those like yeah, it's a pretty cliche, but it's like, you know, the oh my dad. Everyone says my
My
dad
dad's
is
a
the
person too.
well, everyone says my dad is this badass, but I've just seen him as the guy who sits in his office all day. I've never actually seen him do anything cool. And so yeah, the
Because we're
movie ends with him doing
because we're
like
in peacetime and there's
yeah,
no need for him to stretch his
pretty much. And
legs.
so he gets to see his dad be cool, and he gets to discover like who his dad actually is. And yeah, both him and Naruto have a like tidy little arc. And so my question is, this movie reads as though oh, it's just like a fun epilogue for Shippuden. Like it reads like they didn't mean. I'd be
Yeah,
curious to
that's where
know,
I'd be interested because I don't actually
did they
know
always intend
when.
on making a show?
that would be my question as well, because I don't remember at this point. I'm pretty sure when this movie came out,
It reads like an
I don't
extended pilot. That's not a
yeah, I
thing,
don't
but
think the show was out at
no,
this
the show
point.
wasn't out. But my question was this show put out to create interest, or this movie, I should say, to create interest for the show, and the show was already being made, or did this movie come out, was popular, and then they decided to make the show? That's what I would be curious about.
That's a good question.
Naruto fans, tell me in the comments because I'm curious.
I know Naruto is a very
It's
popular
so
one.
popular. It's
So
super popular still.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they had already been in development or talks to make a new show. But I also wouldn't be surprised if this was used to gauge interest.
Absolutely. Also, comparing him to, I mean, I know I constantly call him Ninja Goku, but like at this point, like in the Boruto timeline, calling Naruto Goku does him a disservice because he's 1,000 times more serious minded. He is more
Oh yeah.
responsible. He's around way more. Like he is more of an adult than Goku is.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
I'd be interested to know what for the actress who plays Naruto, um, what if it's different playing adult Naruto versus kid Naruto, like what that difference,
Does she go at it
yeah,
differently?
what that evolution was for that character. Because yeah, like I say, this movie is a good. It's for as a person who has never watched. Sorry, I've watched 4 episodes of the original Naruto, and that's it. I've never watched an episode of Shippuden. This honestly is a great entry point for this franchise, where it's like, yeah, it's just a solid movie. It's a fun movie that you don't need to have seen anything else to really get. Sure, it helps you appreciate it, and it makes me go, yeah, like Bruto. I'm like, you know what? I do kind of want. I don't have the time, but I do kind of want to go back and watch the original Naruto and Shippuden and see the
It's
context for it. And also,
it's
the fights are
it's quite a goal if you want to try and go back and watch it all. There's a
also like
lot.
some of the powers are weird and like out there, like the fact that Sasuke just has a teleporting eye hole.
I mean, it's a typical anime. It's as
He's
confusing
like,
as
I can
any other
only
typical
teleport like
anime.
so many people, and then like 7 people jump into his eye hole. So it's like that doesn't
Yeah,
seem like
that's a thing which I again that must be a power that comes later on because he doesn't
it
have that where I'm at.
clearly must be. But yeah, I
Um,
did enjoy that the movie. Yeah, the movie does in fact end, and it sets up the show with yeah. He doesn't even at the end of the show. He's like initially he's like I don't want to be Hokage because my dad was Hokage, my grandpa was Hokage, and boo nose up. But by the end of the movie,
um,
his arc is that he's like, well, no, I'm my own person. I want to take my own journey. I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own guy, and I want to be like your dad. I want to be a ninja. I want to be a shonen. I want to be a ninja. Um,
um,
and that's just a fun little arc. Again, it's a self-contained movie that you can completely watch removed from the rest of the show, and
yeah.
that makes it successful.
Yeah, one nice thing that about that one, because I did watch that one, even though I haven't watched the show and I haven't finished Shippuden. And yeah, one nice thing about that one is, while obviously having seen all of Shippuden will mean that you will recognize some of their powers and abilities that they have that I
Yeah,
don't know how they got to that point. You also I don't need to have seen all of
no, I'm just
Shippuden.
like they're
It
magical
doesn't
ninjas. They have magical ninja powers.
it doesn't really like spoil anything
No,
truly.
not other than
Um
that Naruto survives into adulthood, and he had a
well, but you
kid.
kind of I mean he's the main character, the titular main character. So
He
you
very
kind of
well
just
killed off
always
Goku.
assume.
So
And yeah, but ultimately, death means nothing in Dragon Ball.
yeah,
Death means more in the Nar, and that's one thing that I think makes Naruto generally a stronger show is a death actually means
yeah.
something
There's
in Naruto.
no
There's
magical
no
undo button. No,
there's no magical undo button. So
no.
When Jiraiya dies, it means
He's
something. When
dead.
X character dies, it
Oh
means
yeah,
something.
that's the only moment. There is a moment where like they show a bunch of flashbacks and they do a bunch of clips from the various shows where I'm like none of this means anything to me. But like the rest of it, it's again it's handled so loosely where like you're like yeah I
Um,
get the idea that these characters are a big deal, but you don't need and yeah there's a fun they do a fun power up Super Saiyan fight at the end that is meaningless to me,
so
but it looks fun.
So like I say all that to kind of so there's this one Shippuden movie which is called I think it's called like The Last Stand or The Final Fight or something like that, which is as I understand it, is supposed to take place like after the end of the show and it's like the last Shippuden thing
Yeah.
basically. Which I won't watch.
No. No. No.
Because again as I understand it, it's like it's pretty spoiler.
Yeah.
Like it is important kind of thing.
I think for my
Um,
next one, I think the next time we do anime, I think I'm gonna pull out a One Piece. I think I'm just gonna watch a random One Piece movie,
I almost did for this one,
or maybe
but
I'll do the
it
Netflix show.
didn't quite make the cut. I'd like to, but again, I'd have to find it. But I'd like to finish
I've
Shippuden.
I've tried to watch watch One Piece. I think I got about 5 or 6 episodes in. I was like, I just don't have the time or the will. But that's it. That
Well,
is
there's a lot of One
Boruto.
Piece.
Solid thumbs up. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was. I was impressed by
So,
the end of it, how much I enjoyed it. Final thing.
final thing,
While I
we're
look
going
up,
back. We're going back to Dragon Ball because I used a 7-day free trial to watch Dragon Ball Daima in English because they refused to put it on Netflix in English, and so yeah, that's a thing. But I like this show a
I
lot.
love that show.
For years I said that I didn't think that they could put the genie back in the bottle and go back to Dragon Ball. But they do in this, and but they also keep the spirit of Z.
They do, and it's delightful.
Like it's delightful. It's not perfect. I have notes, I have thoughts, but I genuinely really enjoyed this one. It's like 20 episodes long. Doesn't take very long to power
I
through.
don't care. Okay, big time spoilers. I just want to jump in. I don't care about the middle bits. It's the ending bit I want to talk about because that's the meat of Daima. I mean, I
Well, we'll get there. Let me talk first, though. Um, so what's funny about this show is watching, like knowing that it's Dragon Ball, is watching this and being like, oh yeah, so she's blank. So like you have the smart girl character or whatever, and I'm like,
she's
oh,
Bulma.
so she's just the Demon World Bulma. Okay, cool. And it also offers like backstory and stuff to things that I didn't really need, like knowing that the Namekians come from the demon
I
realm,
don't know.
and
It's a
it's
nice
like
touch, though. It's a nice
I
touch.
didn't really need
I
that, but
like
okay,
my
that's
favorite bit
okay.
about the show is how Akira Toriyama was like, "Here's all this messy detail you need to work out. Bye, everybody."
Um, and then I find it funny how yeah, to call back to Dragon Ball, the Demon King that they're facing up against, he's just Pilaf.
He's
Like in
Pilaf, but he's
term,
also dressed as Jiren.
but I just mean in terms of like
He
personality and
looks like
like
that.
what
No, he's Pilaf. He's just Pilaf.
he's just
He's
Pilaf.
just Pilaf.
Except successful.
I mean, yeah.
Um, and so now we'll go
And
to
then the
the
end is
fun
just like Super
bits.
Saiyan 4.
Super Saiyan 4 is awesome. Getting to see Vegeta Super
I
Saiyan 3
don't
is a
like
lot of
big hands.
fun.
I don't like big hands.
I don't love.
Just
Okay,
aesthetically, I
so
don't like big
this
hands.
is this is this is this is where I have one complaint about the Super Saiyan 4 thing. One, I don't like the big hands.
Don't like the big
It's
hands.
just an aesthetic choice that I don't love.
Especially when he's an
But
adult. It looks particularly bad. It looks less bad when
it
he's a kid, but it looks really
no,
awkward when he's an adult.
they both look bad, whether he's a kid or an adult. Um, but so my one thing is so he's getting his ass handed to him by the Demon King guy, Goku is. And then old Namekian dude comes in and hits him with Namekian beam, and then he turns into Super Saiyan 4, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. So like Goku needed like that little push to get over the edge and go to Super Saiyan 4, and now he'll be able to turn into it whenever he wants, and that's gonna be what they'll do, and that's cool. That's like how in GT how they needed to pull his tail out and he needed help to be able to do that. And so, like, he couldn't just do it on his own. So it's a callback to that, right? But then at the end, after everything is settled, and Goku is talking to Vegeta, and he's like, "Oh, you finally managed to go Super Saiyan 3." And Vegeta's like, "Shut up. It's not Super Saiyan 3. It's a new cool form. Vegeta like Ultimate Vegeta 1 or something like that, and they make a joke about that. And then he's like, "But what about that form you turned into?" And Goku's like, "Oh, you mean Super Saiyan 4? Yeah, I was able to do it once before, but I didn't think I'd be able to pull it off here now." And I'm like, "So wait, he could always go Super Saiyan 4? What did that Namekian
I
do?
think I
What
think
did that
the
accomplish?" Like I
I
just
think just based on I've only seen the it's been a while since I've seen that bit of dialogue. I think the implication is like he managed to do it once, but kind of just barely. And much like Super Saiyan 3, it takes a lot of energy, and he wasn't sure he was going to be able to do it. And I'm just headcanon spinning because yeah, that's kind of clunky. But my theory would be just that he could kind of do it. Like he could get there, but it was really, really hard and really like stressful on the body. And the unlocked potential allowed him to access it whenever he wanted.
yeah, see, that would
But
work
again,
for
it's
me
messy. It's messy. So I don't
if
disagree. It's messy.
that would work to me if like for example
The show
they
is
and this
messy
would have
enough as
been
it is.
this would have been an easy thing where if Bulma could be the audience surrogate, had been like, what did he just hit him with? Like, what did he do? And then because
Yeah,
they're back to
that's
being like they're like they're all there, and like if
it's
like
it's asking
one of the
a
guys
little much from Dragon Ball.
one of the people there, what's his name? The dude that's a demon that spoke Namekian. If he had been like, oh, he unlocked his potential.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Like
think
if they
that's
had
the I think
one line,
I think that you're just supposed to
or like,
infer it from the fact that he's the same.
but no, I don't.
I
I
think you're
don't at
supposed
all.
to
Like
infer it
for
from the
all
fact
I
that he's the
know,
original Namekian or whatever. I think you're.
for all I know, he's just like Dende, and he just healed him, and Goku just needed full energy again. Like they don't. No, to me, it's messy.
I
It's
know it's
messy.
messy. I'm not disagreeing. It's messy.
And it's only messy because they add that line at the end where Goku's like, I did it before. If they hadn't said that, then it would work fine.
Yeah, no, yeah. I imagine that's probably again, it's probably a dub thing. But yeah, that's that. Those final episodes are fucking badass.
And also, and I'm gonna piss off all the super fans. This show makes because this show was worked on by Akira
Oh yeah,
Toriyama.
Dragon Ball Super is not canon.
This show makes Dragon Ball Super not canon.
The Dragon Ball Super fanboys get real mad when you say that. But yeah, this decanonized Dragon Ball Super. Sorry, it's not canon
Sorry.
anymore. But don't be surprised when Dragon Ball Super comes back and they retroactively find a way to write in the fact that he can become Super Saiyan 4 so that they can just use Super Saiyan 4 and they'll like retcon it.
They'll be like, yeah, it was too like intense
It's
on the
too
body or
powerful
something.
in the human realm or whatever, yeah. But no, the scene where Goku turns it, he goes through. I mean, yes, okay. Is it just the bit from Majin or from the Buu saga? Yes, it is. But it's way prettier. The sequence is way longer and it looks way cooler. Like when he like rips off his shirt and he turns into Super Saiyan 4. That is sick. It is a
Oh,
sick
so good.
transformation. Sean
And
Schimmel fucking kill. As much as Sean Schimmel killing it, he kills it. He kills it. I can't believe he can still scream like that. That's impressive. But if you see the Japanese version, Masako Nozawa doing it, she's like in her 80s or 90s, and she did that. That's crazy. Like that is crazy. And it's
and
just
I have
pretty.
to say, just I was gonna say from an animation
It's
standpoint,
just
to
pretty.
me, this show is 1,000 times prettier than
Oh, a
Super.
thousand times prettier than Super. And I mean, also you got adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta for the first time, which looks fucking
Yeah,
sick.
it
That
looks
fight
dope.
looks sick. It just all looks really, really good. Yeah, the fights all look good. I did it though. I as much as I don't care for big hands, I did like that. Yeah, it was a bit more primal. Like he was crawling
Yeah,
around like a monkey boy. That was fun. I enjoyed that. The fact that yeah, Kid Goku got to be Super Saiyan 4 was pretty cool. That's very
I just
fun.
would have reduced the hand size a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
I know. Just
my one
aesthetically,
change.
I just aesthetic. But
Like
it's
not even like much. Like you could still have it be where it's like it's bigger than his normal hands,
yeah,
but
but
like
it's like too
these
much.
were like Donkey Kong size
I
hands.
know. It was
Like
weird.
something to me something in between would have
When
worked
he
better.
punches people, it's like he's hitting them with like a ton of bricks. Like it just looked
Yeah.
weird. It just
Like he had Wreck-It Ralph hands.
right, right. Yeah, he had exactly. Yeah, he had Wreck-It Ralph hand. Exactly,
Like
exactly.
I again I say if you want to make him slightly bigger than his normal hands to make it
Sure,
more like the
fine.
Uzaru, that's one thing. But like just a little bit
Also,
smaller.
you called it. I said that Super
Oh,
Saiyan
I
4
called it.
was not
I
going to show up in it, and it
I
did.
said it.
And it did.
And and
And it did.
and I said that like he's gonna get hit by a beam or something and transform, which technically that is exactly what
I
happened.
went, no, continuity. And it was like, when has Dragon Ball ever cared about continuity over just being cool?
Akira Toriyama did not care.
He,
He had no fucks to
no,
give.
he was like, I'm out, guys. Have fun. Just have
He's
fun.
like, I like Super Saiyan 4 and I'm making it canon dying now.
Bye, everybody. Have fun explaining this to yourselves. That was disrespectful. Uh,
And yet not
no,
inaccurate.
I do want to finish it. I want to watch the whole thing. It's
You
still
should.
still on my list. Unfortunately, it involves me having Crunchyroll. I suppose I can maybe yo ho ho it somehow.
No, not currently.
It'd be much easier for me to yo ho ho. Yeah, but I can stream it.
Fair.
I can find an anime streaming site. I'm sure.
But that's all that there is. I will say the fact that at the end of the spoilers, at the end of the last episode, the I think it's like after the end credits or whatever, or before the end credits, they go back to the store where they got all the different bugs and stuff, and she's got the glass jar full of two more of the eyes that Goma had
Yeah.
used to become as strong, and it's like set up for another season.
I was slightly disappointed they never used the fusion bugs, and we didn't get to see
They
Gogeta or
didn't.
Vegito come back
They didn't yet.
yet.
Because
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna bring Daima back.
Daima has to come back because they have to, I mean, Vegeta has seen Super Saiyan 4 now. You have to have Vegeta Super Saiyan 4.
I want Daima
and,
to come back, but I don't
and you
think
have
it's
to,
gonna.
you have to have it come back so that they can have a reason where they have to fuse and become Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
I don't. To be fair, I don't think Dragon Ball the anime, or I don't think Dragon Ball is gonna come back. They've been struggling to bring it back for every couple months. There's like, oh, it's finally coming back, and then it just hasn't. In Japan, they're real weird about legacy and the fact that Akira Toriyama is not around. I just don't think it's gonna come back. But of the two, I'd much rather Daima came back.
Just saying.
Just saying.
I'm just
We gotta have to do this.
I'm just
Wait, we gotta.
saying.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
just saying.
What? That's it. George, is that it? Is that it for Daima?
That's it for Dama.
George, so next week it's the live action. I think we've already said what we're gonna do, but Jordan, just a reminder. Next week we're doing live action Japanese stuff, good old fashioned tokusatsu. So we're doing Kamen Rider, we're doing Super Sentai, maybe some Metal Hero will make its way in there. Who's to say? I don't know. Probably not, because I'm really feeling the Kamen Rider this week. But Jordan is doing Kamen Rider
Wizard.
and I'm doing Kamen Rider Fies. And I assume he's still subscribed, but Humanoid Corn 4476. This is your time, bro. This is your time. He made a crap ton of suggestions on various videos of various Sentai and Kamen Rider. He wanted an old school Kamen Rider. He wanted Dai Ranger. He wanted Kaku Ranger. And all that shit is on Tubi. So,
Haku.
we are gonna do all those. We're gonna do all of his suggestions. So this is Justin selects for Jordan, Jordan selects for Justin, and user recommended stuff for next week. That's very exciting. It's gonna be all in Japanese. Jordan's gonna speak Japanese for the first time.
Oh no. You're the one who's been studying it. You have to spend the entire episode talking Japanese.
I'm gonna be like, spur of the moment, kakui desu. That was really bad. My pronunciation was really bad.
Henshin.
That was spur of the moment is cool, isn't it?
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohayou gozaimashita. Watashi wa Justin desu. My accent is
Baka.
so bad. Baka nai. Urasai.
Justin Baka-san.
That's it. That's next week. That's the tokusatsu. And then I don't know what we're doing the week after. The week after. Jordan.
Oni-chan Justin.
Jordan, where can we find you? So that's the end. We hit the end.
Well, I mean, I do Minecraft Mondays every Monday on my Twitch. That's Gore187.
On a Monday.
On Mondays, it's a Monday thing, and then on the weekends, I'm here doing this with you.
I do this. I'm on the Tickety Talkities. I'm on the
Tickety
Tickety
Talkities.
Talkities. We are also on the
Tickety
Tickety
Talkities.
Talkities. I'm just Spur on TikTok. We're Spur of the Moment P on TikTok. You can email the
Tickety Talk.
show. It's Justin's business. We do all kinds of business in the business email. You could join the Discord if you want. You can join the Patreon, or if you want to be on the show, you can fill out the Google form. No one ever does that, but you can do that if you want. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out. Jordan, how many videos do we put out a week?
I mean, one every day.
One every single day, including what happens on Sundays, Jordan.
I mean, we stream this.
There's a new podcast every Sunday, and there's a new video every single day. If you're like a 3-hour podcast is too much, I get it. You can watch any of the videos. Coming next week, we're going to have a King of the Hill video for you. We're going to probably have a Boruto video for you. We're going to definitely have probably a Dragon Ball video. There's going to be all kinds of videos. There might be a Daima video. Who's to say? But there's going to be 6 new videos coming out next week. Hit subscribe. You don't want to miss that. And another reason to hit subscribe, if you hit subscribe, 300, we're going to eat hot sauce. It's going to be chaos. That's going to happen. Leave us a like. If you leave a like, good things happen for everyone involved, including me. And share the video, share the podcast. That helps us out too. We will see you all next week. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.